Company Goldco. Plus, you could get an unlimited instant match on bonus silver if you qualify. Call 855 Gold. Performance may vary. You should always consult your financial and tax professional.
Did you know we have an Instagram channel? MVP Monday, Chiefs Take Tuesday, Best Bets, Fantasy Football Advice, and real-time updates during Chiefs games. Get behind-the-scenes content from all the guys on a daily basis. It's exactly why Instagram was created, to look at a bunch of 30-year-old dudes giving sports opinions. Kansas City's FM sports station, and your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5. The Fan. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan. KFNC FM and AM. HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. An Odyssey sports station.
Welcome into it on a Thursday here on Fescoe and Dusty with the Macabane as well. Get your gassed up segment next show on Friday when Mitch Holtis will join the show.
That's right. We're 25 and a half hours away from Mitch telling Mac how awesome he is.
Heck yes.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Hey, so you wore your sweatpants today. You should have saved those for
You're
tomorrow.
Right. My favorite part of the week, Mitch. It really is.
It really is. Like, I grew up listening to him, and now he says I'm awesome. How cool is that?
Pretty cool. Not gonna lie.
No, it should be. It
Pretty
absolutely
cool.
should
Pretty
be.
damn cool.
Yeah.
Definitely still get geeked out about that.
Yeah.
That's Steve Ballmer, otherwise known as Rob Maloney. It's pretty cool, man. We got all these urinals. All right, let's go, man. Let's go. We got urinals and ice. All right, yeah. Beer on tap. Let's go. Yeah. I mean, that Ballmer stuff is the best, man. Even though he's like, paying people behind the scenes now or whatever they were doing at the tree planting thing with Draymond.
You can't beat him, join him.
That's exactly right. And the Clippers still don't win, right?
Man, they're terrible.
Are they bad this year?
They're really bad.
I have not checked in on the Los Angeles Clippers.
It's really bad.
Okay.
But they're still doing it.
I have these notes, but I gotta say I'm just fired up to be here today. It's pretty cool. Pretty damn cool.
Yeah! Woo! Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
I mean, if that's not Rob Maloney.
So what is the $64,000 question? Holy cow, I'm gonna have to tough it up now. Here we go. What is the most asked question that I've received this week? It's a very good question. And it's got a very, very clear answer. Developer. The key to success is developers, 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 developers. Developers, 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 developers. Yes!
I'll tell you what.
Big deck.
That dude, I'll tell you what, man.
Oh my God.
If Ballmer didn't own an NBA team, that man could be on a stage on a Sunday church getting everybody. I mean, he got developers into a chant.
I mean, I'm ready to go right now.
let's go.
Like, I'm not kidding. I'm fired up with that guy. How imagine going into a meeting at the first time he owned the team, and that was what you got.
I mean, I didn't know that we were going to get into the archives of the After Hours Likens folder, but here we are. Because if I was asking a question to the Chiefs, and I'd say, Andy, what does this offense need?
So what is the $64,000 question? Holy cow, I'm gonna have to tough it up now. Here we go. What is the most asked question that I've received this week? It's a very good question.
Thank you.
And it's got a very, very clear answer. Developer.
Run the ball. Run the ball. Run the ball.
Developers, 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 developers. Developers, 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 developers.
Run the ball, 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 run the ball.
I mean, it sounds like Chris Farley, the motivational speaker sketch.
He kind of looks like Farley a little bit,
he's
too.
got that, yeah.
Except he's not living in a van down by the river. He's living in an arena out by a stadium that has a urinal for everybody, man. I love it.
He's got a tree down by the river.
Yeah, he does.
A few of them with Kawhi.
One of the great laughs ever. I mean, it's so good.
I wonder if that's in the Likens folder.
And they're not even winning. That's the other thing. If you're going to cheat, you got to win, right? And if you're going to win, or you're going to cheat, you better have the results. You can't cheat and stink. It's like all these NIL schools now. We're giving you checks, man.
Yeah.
Like, you better win. There's no more excuse. We gave you $21 million to go get that quarterback. Yeah, but we need more. Okay.
That's fair.
Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball. I love it. He's just energetic, man. Whew, I'm exhausted already. We've only been through 4 minutes of the show.
And he can do that for 14 hours.
I know. Yeah, it's like me on a Tuesday.
Okay.
I just want to win, Jim.
Apparently. Golly, man, Ballmer. Who thought that was going to lead the show?
I mean, what we talked about leading the show with today was not Steve Ballmer, but by God, I'm glad we did lead it with Steve Ballmer because we started talking about the text that Logan was talking about last night. We may drive ourselves insane.
Oh, yeah, that was the Cody Bellinger text?
Yeah, that's what it was, the Cody Bellinger text.
Yeah, it looks like Logan on After Hours went in on like the Royals and their trade market.
Good.
And obviously, I've been team Cody Bellinger to get to Kansas City. I think that's your right fielder fixed problems.
I love it.
From the 913. Somebody might be Cody Bellinger's agent. Cody Bellinger's wife is not going to let him play in a small market. She's a model and has a career as well. They have been in L.A., Chicago, and New York City. That's not a fluke.
Okay, Taylor Swift lives here, and so does Rihanna. Cody Bellinger's wife, sorry, don't really know who she is.
Miss
but
Bellinger.
But I do know the hottest star in the world lives here. One of the hottest stars in the world, Rihanna, lives here. Another hot star lives here, Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes. That was a good argument in 2001 when we were talking about Tony Gonzalez having to potentially leave to expand his off-the-field brand, to be in TV, to be in the movies. We had those conversations. Oh, it's tough to play in Kansas City and get the media exposure and all that. And that was the case in the 90s, in the early 2000s. That's no longer the case anymore. That is not even close to being the case anymore. And as Dusty said during the, what would we call it, the pre-show kind of conversations, he had like Jason Sudeikis, Eric Stonestreet, Rob Riggle, like all those guys live here. And you can be a star anywhere in the world. And so if you're coming into the kitchen with a take like that, you're completely wrong, and we're going to have to kick you out on that one, because when you tell me that Cody Bellinger's wife would never allow it because she's a model, I will say Taylor Swift. And that's all you need to know. This is no longer a place where you can't live and make ends meet, so to speak, and become a national star. For the last decade, we've seen Kansas City on the national stage in literally everything because of this football team and how they put us as a city on the map. We've got the World Cup coming here. We had the NFL draft. We have more big events coming than we'll ever be able to deal with. And we got somebody out here saying that Cody Bellinger's wife would never wife would never's 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 wife would never's
very devastating loss. For the first time in the Mahomes-Reed era, this town has kind of turned and is pissed off at the quarterback and the head coach.
People were saying the head coach is throwing the quarterback under the bus with his comments on Monday. I don't agree with that at all. But this is the most criticism for a week that the head coach and quarterback have received in this town since they became together. Obviously, when, Andy had Alex, people complained about that as well and whatnot. And that's what we do in sports, right? We complain about stuff. It's just human nature to, do that kind of stuff. But anyway, this is the first time. This is the first time that Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes, Dusty, have kind of had people saying, you guys need to be better. It's not the line. It's not the receivers. It's not this. It's not that. It's not the other thing. At the end of the day, it's the head coach and it's the quarterback. Mm-hmm. And those two guys have to be at their best the rest of the way.
No doubt. It's put up or shut up time, I guess, is what you could use the cliche for with this game against the Colts, because 5-5 versus 8-2, they come to your house. They have lost 2 games of their season. They're both on the road. Mahomes has never lost, 3 straight games in a row in the regular season. Kansas City plays better at home. You got to like some of the stats that don't go on paper, the feel of the crowd, all this sort of thing, because I will say, I mean, like, we haven't seen this sort of, I guess, demeanor from this team in quite some time. In 2015, Mahomes was not here. After that, it's kind of been easy road. It's kind of been, hey, like, are we playing for the 1 seed? We're already in the playoffs. Let's just try to be the 1 or the 2 seed. Now it's like, can we just get our foot in the door and be invited to the party? And I think if they're invited to the party, they would leave the party that night as the most popular person there, which, again, I've said this before. We'll talk to Ben Mauer a little bit later about it as well. If you can just get in, everybody goes, oh, shoot, they're in. Okay, well, that's when the Chiefs really play well, is in the playoffs. We've seen it before after the Christmas Day game against the Raiders when everybody thought the season was bleak. 11-6 record. That's probably the worst this team has looked in the Mahomes, Andy Reid era. And they got to the playoffs, and it was like everything became normal. So, again, that's why this game is big, because you got to keep trying to get your foot in the door to the playoffs. Again, we talked about it yesterday, 57% chance to make that playoff, or whatever percentage chance you want to look at. Anywhere, it's like basically right now a coin flip, take care of Indianapolis, and then you can kind of take care of everything else once you get into familiar territory, which is playoffs and the Chiefs. So.
And that's the good thing, because they are good in the playoffs. And so if you approach every game as a postseason game from here on out, we should see the best that they have to offer.
No doubt about it. Coming up next, we'll talk about what Mahomes had to say yesterday in his press conference. And also, there was a tweet from Mitchell Schwartz I want to get to as well here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you guys, it is time to call my friends over at Heartland Men's Health, because we have the holidays approaching, right? And the last thing you want around the holidays is stress and stuff to bother you. But you know what? At Heartland Men's Health, they can help you out, because many patients at Heartland Men's Health have said over and over again, why didn't I get my erectile dysfunction treated sooner? If ED is a problem in your life, then you really need to stop waiting. Remember the first time you failed to perform in the bedroom? You probably just laughed it off, and it wasn't that big a deal, but it keeps happening and happening and happening, and now you know it's a problem. Heartland Men's Health has treatments that work when the pills or herbals fail. They have success rates well over 90%. And so Heartland Men's Health is ready for you. Schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider, a TNPSA test, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you're like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. So schedule that consult now. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Independence between Blue Springs and Lee Summit, and North Kansas City. Call them today, 844-447-6600, or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
BetMGM is coming soon to Missouri. Sports fans in Missouri can pre-register and get up to $1,500 paid back in bonus bets if their first bet loses, plus an additional $100 in bonus bets if they deposit before December 1st. Enjoy a betting app that was designed for game day with features like live bets, same-game parlays, BetMGM rewards points, and surprise boosts dropping in your account all throughout the season. It's everything a sports fan could want in one app. BetMGM is coming to Missouri on December 1st. Pre-register today. BetMGM, make it legendary. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. New customer offers subject to eligibility requirements and minimum deposit of $10. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. pending BetMGM's licensure as a mobile sports wagering operator with the Missouri Gambling Commission register for a Missouri online sport wagering account starting 11/17. BetMGM's insurance of welcome offer is conditional on full licensure.
Men, you need to look great for holiday events. Let Peter's Clothiers give you the perfect fit you're looking for. From sportswear to suits and sports coats and sizes to fit every man. PetersClothiers.com or stop in today at 124th and State Line.
Numerous brands to choose from, endless options, one incredible experience. At Aristocrat Motors, we treat every driver like royalty and offer the finest luxury vehicle experience in Kansas City. Come see us today and let us roll out the red carpet for you.
I'm worth more.
I'm worth a little more.
I'm worth a lot more.
You are worth more, and your car is worth more at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Arvest Bank believes in the power of serving others. That's why we're committed to supporting those who serve our communities. We believe that all communities deserve a financial partner who cares. Arvest. We believe.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hi, I'm Maria, salon owner. You know the jingle. Now discover the facts about Ozempic, a GLP-1. There's only one FDA-approved Ozempic made by Novo Nordisk. Learn about the real thing.
Talk to your healthcare professional today. Call 1-833-OZEMPIC or visit Ozempic.com to view the medication guide and to learn more about Ozempic. Semaglutide injection 0.5, 1, and 2 milligrams.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. Also that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. This Black Friday, enjoy exclusive savings on our high-quality rechargeable hearing aids. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and shop Black Friday deals before they're gone at audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
J. Rieger & Co. Oh, so good. Quality crafted in Kansas City. J. Rieger & Co. Straight Bourbon Whiskey. Winner of Best Craft Bourbon at the 2025 Ascot Awards. At 90 proof, it's rich, well balanced, and oh, so good. Quality crafted in Kansas City.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri sign 70 westbound, pretty heavy heading into town. You hit some slowdowns past Woods Chapel. Stays heavy over past Little Blue Parkway with an accident, putting about a mile of slow traffic to get through there. Past that, things move well into downtown. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Back at it on a Thursday. Really damn glad to be here, in the words of Steve Ballmer Maloney. Yesterday, obviously, the Chiefs spoke to the media. You heard that on Cody and Gold as they played that in its entirety, and Mahomes obviously spoke and talked to the media. This was obviously the question that went into Andy Reid's press conference on Monday when he does his Zoom to the media and talked about how they're calling run plays, but not all those run plays get called. They're running RPOs, yada, yada, yada. This was Mahomes' response to all of that.
Yeah, I feel like I've done a good job of it. I think there's times where I should hand it, and there's times where I should throw the ball more. And I think you just have to continue to read and get better and better with it. I think more than anything, it's just giving guys chances, either catching the ball or running the ball, even if the perfect look is not there. And so there's times where I might have thrown it, we got 5 or 6 yards, and that's a positive play, but you can hand the ball off and kind of keep defenses honest as well. And so that's stuff that I've worked with throughout my entire career, and it's something that's been huge in our offense for a long time. So I think for us, it's just continue to get better and better each and every game.
So that was Mahomes' reasoning there as he kind of shifts to the conversation back to it's on me, not Andy. We're in this together. I'm not going to point fingers, which you love to hear that from your quarterback, obviously. But it's more so in the audio there that it's like we talked about yesterday, the Costa Vida order. Less is more. By the way, guess what I had for dinner last night?
Costa Vida?
Taco salad.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Very good. But Mitchell Schwartz, who obviously is very well engaged in the game and everything like this, and this is kind of like his territory, right? Like a center field at Kaufman is Lorenzo Cain's territory.
Right.
This sort of nerd stuff, and that's not a shot.
No, Mitchell's very smart. I mean, the man went to Cal, right?
And RPOs are and running the ball is very offensive line oriented. So, you are more advanced. So, I think Mitchell Schwartz is a very reliable source here. And he quote tweeted that exact audio and said, Pat's decision on RPOs are not the issue at all. He's great at running them. The issue is that even with RPOs that are thrown, there aren't enough runs called and not enough under center runs. This team is great at those this year. It's a volume of run call issue, not on Patrick Mahomes. So, Mac,
100%.
This is almost identical to your take earlier this week. What say you to that audio?
No, that's it, 100%. I mean, we talked about that first play. Mahomes gets 11 yards with Rashee Rice. It's not about the yards necessarily. It's about making the defense really gravitate towards a fake, towards the run fake, because they don't care about that. And that's on Andy Reid to establish the run. And I love that Mitchell Schwartz agrees with that take as far as like, hey, these RPOs are working. You can't blame Patrick Mahomes for reading a pass and gaining 11 yards. It's on the defense, it's on Andy Reid to dictate what the defense is seeing.
Yeah, but also, too, while some of it is not on Patrick Mahomes and some of it is on Andy Reid, it is a collective failure at this point in time. And so when you're the head football coach and you're seeing, and I will say these RPOs now have become a collective failure. They're fooling nobody, guys, right? I mean, like nobody's fooled by it. Nobody thinks you're ever going to do the R part. It's always going to be the P. That is kind of on the quarterback because he never does the R part of the RPOs for the most part because he wants to throw the football. Who wouldn't want to throw the football?
Yeah,
Like,
they're
again,
JPOs.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Just past options.
Just past options. Exactly. No, that's true. And I always go back to my kids because I was dealing with this yesterday with my daughter, right? And
You offered chocolate cake or the trash again?
No, it was like one of these things where like she's been struggling with math, which I do. And
My buddy's daughter's doing the same thing.
Right, and I
Tutoring
said,
her.
Right,
because he can't do it.
No, we can't do it. We have a tutor.
Yeah.
and the whole
they're
9
perfect.
yards. And her teacher's like, I'd really like you to come in and get the help from me. And fine, but you can only lead somebody so far, and eventually you just have to say, all right, you've tried it your way. Now we're doing it my way. And as a parent, I find that all the time. You let your kids fail, fall down, figure things out, do that whole. That's where Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid are. We've done it your way for now the first 11 weeks of this season, and now we've got to do it my way. And that's where the leader of Andy Reid has to take over and say, the RPOs right now aren't what we're doing, and they're not working because nobody respects the R part of these things. Everybody knows we're passing. So we have to force the run. I mean, you have to go over and above and force the run to get those people, the other team, to absolutely 100% respect the run. Because if they don't respect the run, they're never going to be able to throw the football. I don't care if you have Patrick Mahomes or AI Patrick Mahomes and Tyreek Hill and all these players out there, the greatest of all time. You're not going to be able to throw the ball when you're a one-dimensional offense. And they're a one-dimensional offense right now, and that's on Andy Reid. And that's why, as Andy said on Monday, I need to call those hard runs. The video that Mitchell Schwartz posted, I'll keep going back to it, was the most indicting thing that I've seen of this Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes offense. Zero respect for the run game, and you're never going to have success on offense if you have the defense basically telling you, up yours, we know you're not running the football, and then you just don't run the football. If the defense is telling you that, run the football. It's not that hard.
Chiefs Colts on Sunday, they will run the football. That is for sure. Yesterday we asked the question on our poll question, are the Chiefs making the playoffs? Yes or no. The final result after 338 people voted, 56.2% of you said yes.
Okay.
So basically the same percentage that they have to make the playoffs.
Yeah, literally.
Is the same
Depends on who you
result.
look at.
Yeah. 75% chance.
Because I saw another one yesterday, like 67% for this team to make the playoffs. That's almost a lock.
Seriously.
Really? I mean, like, okay, I don't know that they're necessarily a lock to make the postseason, but the indictment of this offense continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And somebody put this tweet out. I don't know who JP Acosta is, but he works for CBS
Shane's
Sports.
dad.
Oh, is it Shane Acosta? I remember.
Yeah.
Such a random great pull. Mac is like, who?
Heard of him. Dude, I had so much hope for Shane
Of
Acosta.
course you did, because he was a random minor leaguer that we all had.
Shane Costa was my first Jack Caglione. I told you when you asked me if I want to do this job how much of a nerd for Royals
No,
I
I
was.
love it. Because there's not many people, Dusty, in this city where you could say Shane Costa and they would have an idea who you're talking about.
Hell
Okay,
yeah.
there's maybe one other person, two other people, like
Shane Costa, Micah Vilas. I mean, all those guys I thought were going to carry the load.
Oh, of course.
103 losses.
You thought they were going to carry the load because you just wanted to win so bad you didn't care who it was. It was the next, and they hadn't failed yet, so we were like, on
Shane
board.
Costa was him. I still believe it to this day.
Shane Costa. I mean, God, this is such a bizarre. But anyway.
Well, have you met me?
Yeah, I know. But so this JP Acosta from CBS Sports, the Kansas City Chiefs went under center running the ball. Third in success rate, second in average yards per play, or expected yards per play, 10th in yards a carry, 28th in attempts. The numbers are right there. You are an effective to more effective team, over effective, if you will, at running the football. Yet you're 28th in attempts. That's on Andy Reid. That's on head coaching. That's on play calling. That's not on the players. That's on the head coach. And the head coach needs to change what he's doing from a play calling standpoint, because what you're having success in, you're not doing. What you're doing, you're really not having success in, and everybody knows it's happening.
Yeah. I think the other thing, too, is because I always reference Stratomatic baseball. Well, they have Stratomatic football, Stratomatic baseball. And the way football is different than the Stratomatic baseball. You just have a pitcher's card and a hitter's card. You roll the dice if you're on offense, and then you play off the card that the number shows. In the football Stratomatic world, before the play starts, right, the offense picks run or pass, and the defense has two stacks, right, of cards. They're going to stop. It's run defense, pass defense. And then before the offense rolls the dice, he says, did you pick run or pass? And you had to say, I picked pass. He goes, well, I'm running. And then you roll, and your odds are better if they get the opposite one, right? Well, if the Chiefs are playing Stratomatic football on the field, it doesn't matter what they do. That defense is always guessing pass, which means you look at percentages. If they go, okay, if we 100% say they're going to throw the ball every play, we're going to be wrong 13 times out of 60 offensive plays.
That's right.
What percentage do you think you're going to go with?
Yeah, you're gonna do it every
And
day
if
of the
they're
week.
going to run the ball, you're going to look at their running back and say, well, Kareem Hunt, he might get 5 here, but that's his ceiling. You don't expect Kareem Hunt when he's on the field to be like, oh, if he gets the ball, okay, he's not going to go take off for a 30-yard gain. No. He's not going to take off for a 20-yard gain. He might score just for 10, but that's what the Chiefs have to do. Even though they might only get 5 or 6, they've got to not worry about how much yards they're getting on the ground.
Yes.
They've got to worry about how much their respect they're getting from the
That's right.
defense. Because it goes back to the Stratomatic thing, right? Like, hey, what are you doing? Running. Nope. Okay, I'm not going to guess run anymore. What are you doing? Pass. Yep, pass. Yep, pass. And you're going to be more successful just going with the lead, right? Like you're just 9 out of 10 times if you put, not 9 out of 10 times, 10 out of 10 times when you start a poker game off and you have pocket aces or pocket rockets, your percentage to win that hand is extremely high. But you have to see the results of the play. You have to get the feel of the players to see how you want to stab at the pot to make sure that other players are going to believe in their hand, but knowing that your hand is the one. You are holding pocket rockets every time you step on the field with Andy and Patrick Mahomes. You have that advantage. Now, use that advantage to the defense's disadvantage. Mahomes and Andy, they throw the ball. The first 8 plays of the game, they ran it. I honestly, guys, I don't give a rip if they go 6 and out and they ran the ball 6 times. Because you know what they'll do? They'll establish belief in it. They'll also run some clock, and they'll take some time away from the Colts trying to do what they want to do. So,
I mean, it's elementary football, and the conversation that we're having right now, I feel like it's stuff that, you all right over there? What did you do? Hit your funny bone on? Oh, that's painful.
Right on the wood, dude.
That is painful. Oh my God, I can only feel I can feel it in my balls. To be honest with you,
is that what a heart attack feels like? Is it just was a tingle all the way down my left arm?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
My arm, it's broken.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never had a heart attack.
Did you hear that through the microphone?
No, I didn't. I just looked
Okay.
at your face, and all of a sudden you're like down on the floor. I'm like, oh, yeah, he hit his funny bone on that. But I totally forget. Oh, this is high school football conversations that we're having here, guys. This is really high school. This is high school level stuff. It's not that hard. And the refusal to run the football is really what bothers me, because there's so much overmounting evidence of why they should be running the football, yet the refusal to run the football is the part that I have the problem with. And again, that's on the head coach. That's on him. Nobody else but Andy Reid. He has to be able to be willing to run the football. I don't care about your deep passes anymore. They're not fun. They're boring. They don't work. Run the football, and that will open up the deep ball. And like I said, high school football all over again. I don't want to be, Jay Binkley, and I played high school football guy. But in the 90s, in the early 90s, I played 4 years of high school football. It was terrible. But every week started with the same thing. We have to stop the run, and we have to establish the run. And for 4 years, that's all I heard. And that is so true. You've got to make those defenders respect the other half of the game. And right now, not one defense respects a damn thing that this Chiefs offense is doing.
The other thing that we saw yesterday, or heard, I guess, yesterday, was Mahomes on what you had just kind of referenced, which was throwing the deep ball.
Yeah, I'm just not making the throws. Is pretty much the biggest thing. Guys are getting open and giving me chances to make the plays down the field. I give them chances to make plays. And I mean, if you look at the one to Tyquan later in the game, it wasn't necessarily the best thrown ball, but it gave him a chance. And I think that's something that I can learn from with guys like Xavier's early, is that it might not be the perfect pass that's going to be a touchdown and catch like that, but if I can throw the ball and just give him a chance to make a play, he'll make the play on it, and then he can make the play and score a touchdown from there. So being better there and giving guys chances usually works out.
I got to be honest, man. This is not a conversation we need to be having in year 8. This is a year 1 conversation.
I think the conversation here is that the league does not believe in Mahomes and Andy Reid and the deep ball execution.
No, not at all.
And I know I was talking to Mac about this yesterday. I was like, is that what that means? Is that they don't trust Patrick Mahomes? And Mac kind of, yielded off to the other side. He goes, I think this goes to play calling with Andy Reid. And that's what you stand on.
Yeah, stale, stagnant, and not afraid of his play design. It's not innovative. It's not creative. They know where these receivers are going. And frankly, it's on the receivers a little bit too.
Mm-hmm.
They're not showing their talent, their skills to be able to beat a guy one-on-one. Xavier Worthy down the sideline against that rookie corner, Hairston.
Yeah.
Like, you're not beating him. You're supposed to be faster. You're not. Rasheed Rice on these drag routes. Like, you're not gaining that separation to get that dump off. But it is also Andy Reid. Yeah, it's both those guys. To me,
but Andy's not giving those guys a fair opportunity either.
100%.
Because I mean, let's talk about that from a as you continue to peel the onion back, and this begats that, and this begats that. Maybe Xavier Worthy and Rasheed Rice aren't creating separation because the defense is taking 2 or 3 steps back further because they know they're going to throw the football.
Yeah.
And so, you're mad at Xavier Worthy for not creating separation, but I'm saying, wait a second here. Maybe Xavier Worthy's not creating separation because his head coach isn't putting him in the
100%.
position to be successful.
Oh, it's
and
both.
that's where it all, exactly, it's both. It's both. But let's say, just for argument's sake, you're Xavier Worthy, you got your gloves on in the parking lot, and I'm the defensive back.
Mac, you get more separation.
I know how fast you are. So instead of being at a 5-yard drop as a defensive back, I'm going 7 because you know what? If they run the football, so what? I'm going to take my chances. But I'm giving myself an extra 2 yards of depth because I know how fast Xavier Worthy is, and you don't do anything by running the football. So up yours, I'm just going to go back here an extra 2 yards, and I'm going to be in position. He's faster than me, but now I've got to jump on him, and a normal 5-yard type of deal is now 7, and so the defensive back already has a 2-yard advantage on you because your head coach is not putting you in a position to be successful. If you run the football, that son of a gun is up at the line of scrimmage. He's trying to bump you at the line of scrimmage. Worthy's right by him, and then boom, you hit him over the top. It's not hard.
Which, if that's the case, I think that's why you've seen a lot of Travis Kelce action.
Yeah, I put him back on the big board today.
Yeah, because if they, you're in the running for the trade. So the thing is that if that's what they're doing, and Mahomes is just being like, okay, well, if we can just use these guys as, escape routes, which seems like what's being developed. And that's why Travis Kelce had 13 targets, 9 for 91 or something like that on Sunday afternoon against Denver. That's what they're going to take. Okay, Andy, if they're going to give that to Travis, then have that be available to Rasheed Rice as well. Put Juju Smith-Schuster out there. Let him go out there and make those routes a capability. And then, like Bob had said, once you start to notice they're cheating, that's when you burn them. Slow the game down. I feel like Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes are playing at a speed that they shouldn't be playing at. Like we said yesterday, less is more. Go back to what made you great. Go back to the dink and dunks if you have to until they actually believe it. Because like we have said all morning, run the ball until they actually believe it. And I get it. 4 yards, 5 yards a pop. That's not going to really move the needle because you don't have that running back. You don't have that Gibbs, Robinson type of guy that can, stretch a play. And all of a sudden it's like, that's the back of his jersey. That's not the side of the jersey you want to see because he's gone. But again, if you can run those underneath routes and start to creep those safeties up, then I think you have the advantage of doing that. But you have to establish what you want to do. Then you can get creative instead of coming out here and trying to do all these things. And again, it also goes back to the discipline. This team is very, very poorly disciplined. We've seen so many penalties this year on the special teams, on the defense, on the offensive line. And when that happens, you can't let those things debunk your attitude or debunk your demeanor because we've seen that as well. The illegal procedure on Juwan Taylor on that play. The very next play, interception. Why? To me, pressing. Trying to get it all back on one play. Guess what? If Michael Garcia strikes out in the top of the first inning, Bobby Witt Jr., I'm sorry, you're not going to hit a 2-run homer, but you can get on base and keep the line moving and kind of create what you want to do and get back into the rhythm. 1 out is not going to ruin your inning. 3 does, 1 doesn't, 2 doesn't. 1 bad run play doesn't ruin your drive, but it can affect the defense.
But they let themselves have that happen, Dusty.
Of course they do, and that's the issue. And I go back to what we've been talking about all morning, like, is this where we're at? Like, we're nitpicking and bitching about RPOs. This is it. Like, it's so fine-tuned, right?
I'm just laughing because we're bitching about RPOs. Here we sit complaining like things I didn't have on my life bingo card.
Like edible underwear yesterday, RPOs today.
I'd rather talk edible underwear.
Sure you would. Wait till we get to the crotchless version. And the thing about this is the fact that, like, here we are. It's minute things. You're 5-5. Could be a playoff team. It's fixing these little things, like getting defenses to trust what you're going to do instead of knowing what you're going to do. Stop running the ball in RPO fashion. Get under. We're literally arguing about under center, RPOs, and getting the defense to trust you. And that's it. It's not like, well, Pat needs to stop turning the ball over. He's got 15 interceptions. Well, they got to stop fumbling the football because they're turning the ball over. It's literally not understanding how to kick the ball in the landing zone, not establishing the run game, and running too many pass options in a run-pass option. That's what we're at. And you're 5-5. Fix that, get your mojo back, and you're looking at a team that could go on a run and go 6-1 and leap into the playoffs at 11-6.
And now you've got Isaiah Pacheco practicing again. So now there's no more excuse not to utilize the run under center. I mean, the evidence is there. We've presented the evidence. They're listening. I know they are. I mean, I'm sure they found this evidence as well. But you can only lead a horse to water. You can't make him drink. And I don't know who that person is that's going to be able to make Andy Reid officially run the football to establish that run. I don't know if that person is Patrick Mahomes. I don't know who that person is. I don't know if it's Mahomes when Andy sends in the play, goes, all right, we're just running the football here. We're changing the play. And then, Matt Castle gets pulled out of the game by Todd Haley for changing the play. And we have that type of situation. But I think we are at that kind of level right now. This team cannot come out and throw the football on Sunday against the Indianapolis Colts like they did in Denver and expect to win. If they have 13 carries in this football game, we're making plans in January to not be following this team in the playoffs. I promise you that now.
And as we've laid out, it's all connected. The RPOs, you're saying they're not biting on the run. It's the same thing when you go under center and you go under center play action. No one gives a rip,
no
dude.
One
you're
cares.
Not running that ball.
You're not running
but
it.
If you actually did, you pointed out the numbers. They could have success, and then all of a sudden you run it a couple times under sitting, then boom, play action.
What was the last
top.
time we saw a draw play?
Or a nice screen, Andy Reid screen pass that's wide open.
I'm not even into the screen. I mean, like a real draw play, because that's really when you can fool the defense. You drop back and that defense, all right, pass, and then boom, draw play right up the middle. And those linebackers, as we've seen in these videos, are already sprinting back. Look at all that underneath area now that you have.
And Pacheco's good at that. That's a run that he actually can execute pretty well. I think the Chiefs, this is like they're playing a video game, a story game, and they're trying to fight the boss, and they just started. Like, you haven't done the basics yet. You're forgetting all the basics. Like, I know you want to give that big fight. I know you want to give that big deep ball and score 35 points. You can do that. We've seen you do it, but you've got to get your sword upgraded. You've got to talk to people around the town. You've got to learn how to do math. Like, you've got to do the basics of the game, and you're forgetting everything.
You got to beat Glass Joe before you can beat Mike Tyson, for those that are old like me.
It also goes back to the Chiefs running game. It's like seeing Mike Moustakas be up when they used to do the shifts however you wanted to.
Yeah, that's a great analogy.
They're like, we know you're not bunting. Third base and left field is right here, and you could probably get a double. Guess what Mike Moustakas was doing? Trying to hit a home run.
That's right.
He was never going to bunt down the third base line, and it was there. The third baseman was playing behind second base. The left fielder was playing in center field. There was enough grass and infield. You could just literally tap it, and guess what Mike Moustakas would do? Swing away.
And then
they knew he wasn't going to bunt. Just like when the Chiefs get played against defense. Guess what that defense is doing? The run game is right there. There is a 7-yard hole right there. You can have it. They know you're not going to take it.
And the Moustakas analogy goes one step further, because I remember when he finally bunted and somebody in the
walked to first.
somebody in the organization called me. They go, Moose bunted. And I don't remember who it was or who I had the conversation with, but like, Moose bunted. That opened the door for everything. And I went, really? The bunt? They go, yeah, because it finally showed that he wasn't about himself and he was about the team, and what was doing best for the individual was not working. He needed to do what was best for the team. And they said once Moose laid down that bunt, and everybody knows Moose laid down that bunt, and he walked to first. Once he laid down that bunt, it changed everything. And I think that was in the middle of 14. And what did the Royals do? They went on to the World Series. They went on to win the World Series. And it was, and people will tell you in the organization at that time, when Moose bunted, that unlocked everything for this team. So make the run game your Mike Moustakas bunt.
The text line asked, when's the last time a Chiefs running back really broke one open? So I did. I Google searched. I don't know if AI is honest here. I just said longest run plays for the Chiefs history. Kareem Hunt, 33-yard run in 2025 was the longest.
That's the longest run in team history?
No, that's just one of them. Patrick Mahomes, 34 yards in 2022. 48-yard run for Isaiah Pacheco in 2023. 52-yard run for Clyde Edwards-Helaire in 2022. The longest run in Chiefs franchise history, 91-yard run by Damian Williams in 2019. Oh. And then a 76-yard run by Steve Bono in 95.
That was a good one. It was the great runs of all time.
It's like Dave Zott running downfield with them, just clearing the way, and Bono doesn't even need a block. 4th and 1, fake to Marcus, and then Bono goes to the house. But yeah, the longest run this team has had in quite some time is a 52-yard run in 2022 by Clyde Edwards-Helaire. After that, it was a 48-yard run by Pacheco in 2003, and a 33-yard run was the longest run of the year last year for Kareem Hunt. They haven't even probably sniffed that.
No, not even, I mean, they haven't even tried.
So there you go. Somebody says, well, at least Moose started doing it. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
So there
right,
you go.
Yeah.
Start running the damn ball. At least get the belief that you're going to. Speaking of those Royals, the offseason trade market will heat up because winter meetings are coming up faster than you think. We'll give you some insight on that as well. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Royals.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Leo Chanel, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, I always talk about the great customer service over at Park and Go, and they took it one step further for my buddy. He just got back from a 17-day trip and got back to his car and realized he left his dome light on. And he's like, oh my gosh, what's going to happen? And Park and Go was right there to jumpstart his car and get him home in a timely manner. He goes, it was awesome. I just went up there and I said, hey, my car's not starting. They go, here's a jumpstart box. Go take care of business. And we got you, man. That's the customer service that you're going to get at Park and Go. They do unbelievable things. All covered parking, as you know now, great customer service, and you get to your flight on time and you get home in a timely manner as well. When I make my flight reservation, I immediately go to bookparkandgo.com and make my parking reservation. I also prepay to save money. Then I'm ready to go. I show up on the day of my flight and they direct me to the covered parking spot they have reserved for me. And then the van picks me up and takes me right to the airport terminal. And when I get back, there's never waiting for the bus. I grab my bag, walk outside, and the bus is there. You jump on it and it's right back to the trunk of your car. So join their frequent Parker program and earn points towards free parking. Reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park and Go, family owned and operated.
BetMGM is coming soon to Missouri. On November 17th, sports fans in Missouri can pre-register and get up to $1,500 paid back in bonus bets if their first bet loses, plus an additional $100 in bonus bets if they deposit before December 1st. Enjoy a betting app that was designed for game day. with features like live bets, same-game parlays, BetMGM reward points, and surprise boosts dropping in your account all throughout the season. It's everything a sports fan could want in one app. Pre-registration is coming soon to Missouri on November 17th. BetMGM, make it legendary. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. New customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements and minimum deposit of $10. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly. Pending BetMGM's licensure as a mobile sports wagering operator with the Missouri Gambling Commission register for a Missouri online sports wagering account 1117. BetMGM's insurance of welcome offer is conditional on full licensure.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable scent boosters to give your laundry nonstop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
boss, 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 bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour nonstop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
Hi, I'm Kylie.
I'm John.
And I'm Garrison. And a little thing we love about the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets
is sharing it in the car during the holidays.
I do love that. We will pack the car with gifts. And of course, we go and pick up our family's favorite nuggets.
Every nugget is tasty times quadrillion.
And we get all the sides.
Yeah, the ooey gooey mac and cheese is a big hit.
Everyone from 1 to 116 would love Chick-fil-A's chicken nuggets.
Share the nuggets, share the joy. Order the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
Oh, hey, welcome to gift wrapping. Whoa, Zoe Saldana.
Hey, can you wrap these, please?
Wow, iPhone 17s. You splurged.
At T-Mobile, you can get 4 iPhone 17s on them. The new center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies. It's the perfect gift for everyone.
I'm the worst. I only got my mom a robe.
Well, it's better than socks.
So I have to trade in my old phone, right?
No, at T-Mobile, there's no trade-ins needed when you switch. Keep your old phone or give it as a gift.
Incredible.
In fact, wrap up my old phone too for my Aunt Rosa. Forget that. Aunt Liz will be jealous.
Sounds like my family drama.
Oh, I got it. I'll give it to my abuela. I'll take reindeer paper with, hey, where are you going?
To T-Mobile.
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 17s on us. No trade-in needed when you switch. Plus 4 lines for just $25 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 4 eligible port-ins on essentials for well-qualified customers. Auto pay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended. Balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 256 gigabytes, $830 required. Visit T-Mobile.com.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. This Black Friday, enjoy exclusive savings on our high-quality rechargeable hearing aids. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and shop Black Friday deals before they're gone at audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Brought to you by Duke's Mayonnaise.
This is the Duke's country song. It's a song about the best mayo. Has a yellow lid, and its full name is Duke's Mayonnaise. Get Duke's Mayo in store. It's got twang.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 70 westbound off we get on again, slow stuff from 470 in past Nolan. 29 southbound heavy as you cross over into downtown. 70 on the Kansas side, eastbound lanes a little slow approaching the bridge. Allen Carr, 96 bound the Fan. Traffic.
Moving along here on 96.5 The Fan. We'll get into some more Chiefs stuff, too, as well. as the somebody says, I thought Jamal Charles had a 99-yard run against the Saints. Not according to AI, but we know AI. I think it might have been a screen pass.
I don't remember a 99-yard. I remember a 99-yard touchdown pass to Mark Boerichter as the longest reception in Chiefs history. But I don't remember necessarily a 99-yard run by Jamal Charles.
Yeah, it says Jamal Charles had a dominant performance, rushing for 233 yards and a 91-yard touchdown.
91, okay.
Yeah, 91 to lead the Kansas City Chiefs to a 27-24 overtime victory. He also had a 55 yards receiving, giving him 288 total yards from scrimmage, a career high for him. His performance included a 91-yard touchdown run that helped spark a comeback for the Chiefs.
Was that the 2012 season?
Says, yeah, 2012.
Yeah. That was the only game they won that year next to that game after the Jovan Belcher situation.
Yeah, September 23rd, 2012.
Yep.
288 total yards from scrimmage. Holy fantasy.
Yeah, that was a great day for
By
him.
the way, there's no fantasy football show this Sunday because the Chiefs play at noon, so Chiefs pregame show starts at 9. Mac, you did have a question on the text line regarding a running back. I want to let you get to that because it's important for people's fantasy teams to be successful, and you have all the pressure in the world now with having that show. Normally on Sundays at 9 with Mac Morey. They said, let's see, where is this at? They had a question. It was Chuba Hubbard or somebody else. I can't remember. I got to scroll down. Man, we're getting a lot of texts.
We're getting a lot of texts this morning. That's
Yeah.
great.
Oh, yeah, Mac, ETN or Charbonnet.
Ooh,
Neither
Charbonnet.
name that you mentioned.
Yeah. Yeah, Mac.
I like a nice glass of Charbonnet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Had some of that Kim Crawford Charbonnet that Dana drinks, I bet, right?
I think they call it Charbonnet after they've had 3 Chardonnays.
I take another Kim Crawford Chardonnay in my Stanley. Thanks, Karen.
So, yeah, Mac, ETN or Sharbs.
I'd have to think about the matchups, but off just those players, I'd go ETN because Charbonnet and Walker, it's just such a coin flip right now. You're banking on touchdowns. You don't know who the bell cow is any given Sunday. It's been one of the most frustrating running back rooms for fantasy.
Is that the most frustrating fantasy thing there is handcuffed running backs?
Yeah, it sucks.
Or like having CeeDee Lamb and knowing that George Pickens all of a sudden is him? Like
or if you're CeeDee Lamb and puking at a casino the morning of the game.
7:30 a.m.
in the morning.
Wonder why they didn't get to play the first drive.
That was always the big fear about Las Vegas with athletes, right? Everybody's like, oh, we can't move to Las Vegas. The athletes are going to be in the casinos. And then every place in the world has casinos now, but yet there's still CeeDee Lamb at 7:30 in the morning puking, playing roulette or whatever the hell he was doing, blackjack or wherever he was sitting at that table.
I think he was playing blacked out.
I mean, somebody the best was that picture, CeeDee Lamb here at 7:30 in the morning.
Exactly.
Dude, I will say that is Vegas. That is Vegas, dude. When I went to Vegas for my 21st, my parents went to bed at 11 p.m.
Oh, my God. Why?
Because we had been out the night before.
Oh,
so this was like the full, because I flew in on my 21st, but Vegas obviously
So were
2
you
hours.
21
I was 20 because it was 10 o'clock, but it was midnight Kansas City time when I flew in.
Okay.
Great story. Limo driver, cool as all can be. He goes, oh, it's your birthday, man. I was like, yeah, in Kansas City. He goes, oh, you're right. You're 2 hours behind. He goes, well, technically you're 21 there. I'll let your parents go into this liquor store, grab you some booze. I'll drive you around Vegas for free. I won't charge you guys for the trip. So I'll let you see Vegas since it's your birthday and that you're 2 hours behind. So what did I do? I got a bottle of Captain Morgan, a bottle of Mountain Dew. Dude, I'm 21.
Is that your first legal liquor store purchase?
I didn't purchase it.
But that was your first legal liquor. Do you remember what your first legal liquor store purchase was?
Probably like Twisted Tea.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Mac is probably like for me it was probably like Zima, Bud Light, maybe Red Dog was. We lived in Red Dog, bro. Like that was the beer in the mid '90s. I mean, everybody's doing 30 racks of Red Dog.
Admiral Nelson, maybe that was it.
Admiral Nelson.
That was big.
That
in
was
college
it.
for
Yeah,
me, yeah.
I guarantee led the charge at Gettysburg.
It was. Yeah, Admiral Nelson. But no, that was the guy who ran for president with Ross Perot. Was it Admiral Nelson? Or no, that was Admiral Stockdale back in the day. The other one that I think most of us probably had as our first legal purchase at the liquor store had to be something McCormick's related, right? The bottom shelf plastic bottle, the cheap bottle of vodka or something like that. Or
we drank McCormick's whiskey a lot in college.
Oh, we drank the vodka. I mean, we the whiskey.
Pick your poison.
Literally.
But no, it was cool because he drove us around, and then the next day was like my full 21st, and it was in August, obviously. So like we went to And obviously, you guys don't know that. Everybody knows I was born in August, but like it was the middle of summer in Vegas, hotter than Hades.
Oh, it's in August in Vegas, dude.
Heat, just heat.
The streets and
that's what I found out. Europeans only wear Speedos, so it's just hogs everywhere in the water, laying on mats.
Hey, if you're American in the living room, what are you in the bathroom? European.
But no, and so like that night, I went out and there used to be, I don't know if it's still there. There's a bar in New York casino. It was called Pour 24. So it was 24 hours open.
What year was this?
2006.
Okay. Wow.
Or no, sorry, 2008. 2008.
Okay,
so
that's a long time.
Yeah, so you never know the turnover in Vegas. And all of a sudden, I go to buy a beer. My parents said, we're going to go to bed. We'll see you tomorrow. I was like, all right, talk to you later. I'm going to stay up a little bit later. I buy a beer. Bartender's like, can I see your ID? I was like, yeah. She goes, holy blank, it's your birthday today. You're 21. You're 21 right now. 5 dudes in the corner of the bar were all from Liverpool, England. And they were like, it's your birthday. Get over here, man. You can't be by yourself.
Oh, my God. I can't imagine where that night went.
Till 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I was going to say, you drink with people from, like, the United Kingdom.
Dude, it was awesome.
I mean, there may be nothing better.
And,
awesome.
Liverpool in England is kind of like bottom feeder pay in the Game of Thrones. It's kind of like, that's where the Beatles are from.
Yeah.
It's kind of a rundown city in England. And they just they paid my tab the entire night. That was at 11. I walked in my hotel room at 7:45 in the morning to my grandfather calling me, who went on the trip and goes, hey, see you in 15 minutes for breakfast. I was like, not gonna make it. Hung up the phone.
Yeah.
And went to bed for like 5 hours.
That
was Vegas. That was my welcome to Vegas moment per se. Like
Have
when
you
they
been
say,
back?
What's your when they say what's your NFL moment? That was like when I was like, that's Vegas.
Yeah.
Hit on by 2 prostitutes that night, crazy stories, all sorts of stuff.
I wish
dude.
Vegas was still awesome like that. We were there in March, and it's just like everything's so damn expensive now, and they charge for everything. You can't get a cocktail when you're playing. I used to love going out there, and the best was Casino Royale on the Strip, man. It was a dump casino right in front of the Imperial Palace, another dump casino. I like dumps. Like that's my speed, right? I'm not into the glitz and glam and all this kind of stuff. I can't afford it. So you give me a dump casino with $5 blackjack and a guy dressed as a leprechaun pouring shots in your mouth on top of a bar, I am in.
Smash.
I am in. And then you go to the Imperial Palace and everybody's impersonating all these singers and singing. And it was another great just dump of a casino. Now everything has become so damn corporate out there, and it's just not the same. But, we drank with some guys from Wales at one Chiefs game this year, or last year, I guess it was. These guys came over from Wales. Jesus.
Was it Christian Bale? That's where he's from.
I mean, you want to talk about people putting it away. That's what I'm saying. You party with some British dudes on your 21st birthday. Yeah.
Liverpool, England, baby.
Holy crap, man. That's a night right there.
It was awesome. Yeah, I'll never forget it. Because I actually had a Fernando Torres soccer jersey in my bag, and at the time he played for Liverpool.
Nice.
And
that's cool.
And I was like, I have a Fernando Torres jersey in my bag, and they're like, all right. And I don't know why they're Australian now, but it was awesome. It was shots and beers and all that sort of stuff. It was a great time. Speaking of a great time, real quickly, Royals offseason moves. Looks like Chris Bubich is being linked to the Cardinals.
Could be, potentially, yeah. But, I mean, the guy that they're looking to get back and return a second baseman for the Cardinals, Brendan Donovan, and I like him. He's a nice player, but I'm not going Bubich 1-for-1 for him. I think that's overpaying. Or not Bubich, Cameron, I wouldn't go 1-for-1 with him.
No.
Bubich, I would potentially trade for him because he only has 2 years left of control. This guy, Donovan, has 2 years left of control as well. 285, hitting second baseman with some pop, and kind of somebody that we need here, in Kansas City. I'd be willing to give up Bubich, but not a 4-year controllable player like Noah Cameron for a 2-year controllable player in return.
Right.
The cool thing about this is that like the St. Louis Cardinals are the team that's looking to dump salary, and the Royals are looking as the team that's looking to add salary in these type of situations. Like where the tide turned, where in St. Louis they call themselves the best fans in baseball and baseball heaven. And here we have right now the Kansas City Royals potentially going out there and doing the okie doke and taking the salary dump from the St. Louis Cardinals. Up yours, St. Louis. Get bent.
The article concludes with, meanwhile, the Royals could finally land the bat they are looking for Donovan, could fill the hole at second base and replace Jonathan India, or even play left field thanks to his defensive versatility. The Royals would have to give up some solid young pitching, including Cameron, but the Cardinals likely won't show interest in Chris Bubich, who has just 1 year left on his contract, so Cameron might be the one who becomes expendable. And then it concludes with, even if Cameron is traded, the Royals still have a very solid starting rotation. He filled in nicely when Cole Reagans and Seth Lugo hit the injured list, but their 2 top starters should be healthy in 2026, and they also have Michael Wacha and Bubich in the mix. We'll see what the Royals decide to do with their pitching staff. So there's basically the narrative all winter meetings, all hot stove season will be, which pitcher or pitchers are the Royals willing to deal away with to get something in return? Because, again, the cliche of trades, you got to find somebody worth trading with, and you got to have two parts that match up. So expect to see one of the starting pitchers of last year's rotation be on the move in this offseason for something that you all want, which is a bat or somebody to replace Jonathan India. Coming up, it's a new era in Kansas City. I'll explain. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for K-State athletics. 96.5 The Fan.
Well, I'll tell you what, my favorite holiday is 1 week from today, and that is Thanksgiving. And we're going to be sitting down having that turkey dinner, and the thing that's going to make the dinner take it to the next step is the wine that's going to be there. And if you want that perfect Thanksgiving, you need to see my friends over at the Hy-Vee Wine and Spirits Department, because they have a huge selection in stock and competitively priced wines, like value bottles of wine starting at $3.99 to the top shelf liquors. Hy-Vee's knowledgeable and friendly staff is there to help you, or place your order through Aisles Online for added convenience. Pre-order your stuff. Do it all the time. And then you're going to get 10% off when you mix and match 6 or more bottles. What could be better? Low price, great selection, service, and convenience. There's more to love at Hy-Vee Wine and Spirits, only at Hy-Vee. Hey, Chiefs fans, Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Kansas City Chiefs. And this season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with a generous spirit. Visit www.crownroyal.com/Royal Rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
We're on a mission to get everyone high-quality health insurance and better health. We have plans with low out-of-pocket premiums. For coverage to start January 1st, you must enroll by December 15th. Go to ambetterhealth.com/enroll for your free, no-obligation quote. That's ambetterhealth.com/enroll. Ambetter Health, on a mission for better. Ambetter Health is the brand name for health insurance products underwritten by subsidiaries of Centene Corporation. Go to ambetterhealth.com to see offerings in your state. This is a solicitation for insurance.
What's up, Missouri? Tony Gonzalez here. I've spent a lot of Sundays right here playing in front of the best fans in football. And now it's almost your turn to get in the game, because DraftKings Sportsbook is coming to the Show Me State on December 1st. Soon you'll get fast payouts when you win, a safe and secure app that's easy to use, and promos that keep the action going all season long. It's America's top-rated sportsbook app. New customers can sign up right now and score $300 in bonus bets on launch day, December 1st.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 965. New Missouri customers, sign up today and score $300 in bonus bets once we're live. That's code 965. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Subject to regulatory licensing requirements. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
You think you understand how this business works, but you don't.
Landman, TV's biggest phenomenon, returns to Paramount Plus. From Taylor Sheridan, co-creator of Yellowstone, starring Billy Bob Thornton.
You have to know the rules of the game and bend them, and you really have to know them to break them.
Demi Moore.
I want success. Get it for me.
Andy Garcia, Ali Larder, and Sam Elliott.
You don't even know the game you're playing, do you?
Landman, new season, now streaming, only on Paramount Plus.
There's nothing like when you get that part from eBay and it just fits. Yeah, the first time. So you can do less of this and get right back to more of this. At eBay, you'll find all the parts you need, guaranteed to fit, at prices you'll love. Sounds good, doesn't it? eBay, things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
If ringing in the holidays includes cheers and libations, Gomer's has your back. Voted #1 KC Liquor Shop, they offer a wide variety of beer, wine, and spirits at great prices. Stop by one of their 5 locations. You'll be glad you did. Brought to you by Gomer's. 5 locations in the KC Metro or online at gomers.com.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. Call 913-768-7676 or ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com. Heading into downtown, 169 Highway southbound, heavy across the bridge. Stay slow on the 35 southbound to 12th Street. 71 eastbound, heavy from around Oak Street down onto 71 southbound. Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. They have been in business since 2012, offering residential service and project work, light commercial and router service. Visit ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com to schedule. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan.
Hey, it's Creed Humphrey. The Chiefs Radio Network pregame show starts 3 hours before kickoff, right here on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Moving along on a Thursday. Coming up in about 10 minutes, we'll get to Ben Maller. By the way, did you see the Von Miller photo from the last game in the press conference?
No, I did not.
Holy smokes.
Does he look old?
He looks impressive. That's
Oh,
for
okay.
Sure.
All
Men's
right.
wieners. Yeah, just type in Myles Garrett to Twitter.
You said Von Miller.
Oh, I'm sorry, Myles Garrett.
Oh, Myles Garrett. Yes, you showed me that picture. Yes.
My Lord. I mean, I feel like when we do those Instagram videos, that's how I should do the videos.
Don't think it would have the same effect.
Probably not. Actually, I know for a fact it would not. I think this is a new era for the Kansas City Chiefs. And this is what I mean. They're now the ones that have to prove it, but not to the national media. Isn't that weird?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, where's Vegas have the Chiefs? Playoff team. Possibly winning the AFC still. I've seen some odds. Max says they're plus 1,000 to win the Super Bowl at this point. National media, ESPN, FS1, those people, they're saying that's still a playoff team. They're 5-5. They'll figure it out. It's the locals.
It is.
That you have to prove it to. And that, my friends, is where this conversation starts, because that is the era we have not seen. It has always been people like us quote tweeting, or people that do podcasts quote tweeting people like Dan Orlovsky, or people like Mark Schlereth, or people like Colin Cowherd, and say, oh yeah, I guess you just don't know who Mahomes is. Now that's the national media doing that to the local people here in Kansas City. And I know there's a lot of people out there that are still like, hey guys, like 5-5, I don't care. They're going to go out there, bank it. They're going to beat the Colts, and everything's going to change within 1 week because, one, that's the NFL, and two, that's how things tend to work out. But it's always been the opposite. It's always been the local ties supporting and defending, and it seems like there's more national supporting and defending than I have seen more than anything when it comes to this team this year. It's weird times, could show weird results, and I'm interested to see what the Chiefs do, what this team does with this sort of narrative. I know that there's a lot of people out there saying, guys, come on. They don't listen to the media. Well.
No, they do.
They definitely use it as bait, and they use it as something to kind of like think about, and it's a way, just like you could say, well, I don't follow politics. Well, BS. I guarantee you're watching videos on your phone of whoever you might be watching, not by on purpose, but it happens and you find yourself watching it. Just like there might be a clip that gets shared on Twitter from this show or Carrington's show or Cody and Gold, and then somebody from the Chiefs watched it and then sends it out, right? I don't know, but I do know that the national narrative is, in what I have seen, in more support. Now you're going to have your Craig Cartons out there that are just clowns, and they're going to do whatever they can to make fun of the fan base.
Right.
But from what I have noticed is that there is more national support. And yes, I am the guy out here that said this season is over, that this is not a playoff team, because in reality, I don't think this is a playoff team yet. Now, they can prove me wrong, 100%. But again, I think it's a different era and a weird time, and I'm interested to see what this different sort of era in this Chiefs current dynasty that they have built, which it is, what they do with it.
You know, again, with the parent analogy, sometimes tough love is what you need for your kid, right? And there's been a lot of tough love this week for the Kansas City Chiefs. And I hope they embrace that. I hope they have heard everything that everybody is saying nationally, because, or not nationally, but locally, about this team, because you're right, Dusty. I mean, it really is bizarre. Like, we have been for the last 8-9 years, defend the kingdom, all this kind of stuff, right? And now we've got, you know, this team sitting at 5-5 and not playing in anything interesting, you know, football, and everybody here locally is down on the team. And look, I hope they hear this, because, you know, it's one of those things, like, everybody's in support. We get all that, and we're expecting this team to be better than what they're putting out there right now. And it's okay to be disappointed. It's okay to be upset. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to be frustrated because the team has put us in that position. You know, people always get mad at stuff that we say. I can't believe you would say that. Well, their actions have caused us to have these type of conversations. We don't want to sit here and talk about how Andy Reid is not doing a great job this year or how Patrick Mahomes is not doing a great job this year. In fact, I had one guy at the J yesterday. I can't believe you're talking trash on Patrick Mahomes. His line stinks. I'm like, all right, we're not. His line does not stink.
No,
okay,
it doesn't.
His line is very good. His
great.
line has been great. There's a lot of invested money in it. That offensive line has been fantastic. The quarterback has not been good. The quarterback has cost this team 2 games with 2 passes. That's it. With 2 passes, this quarterback has cost this team 2 games. I'm not going to sit here and blame the offensive line for that. That's on the quarterback.
And it's also 2 passes?
The Jacksonville and then the one
Gotcha.
against Denver. Yeah, that's it. I mean, you take those 2 passes away, we're talking about a 7-3 football team. But you can't take things away, right? It's like Dick Freeland. You take away those 4 huge runs that got us, 7 touchdowns. You can't do that, Coach. Right? You can't take things away. But if you take those two plays away, this is a 7-3 football team, and we're not having these conversations about the playoffs being in jeopardy. So yeah, it's on the quarterback. He makes $50 million a year too. That's a $5 million a year mistake. That's a Jacoby Brissett mistake. That's a Kyler Murray mistake. That is a Tua Tagovailoa mistake, or however I can pronounce his name. I don't know why.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, easy for me to say. Like that's a Daniel Jones mistake. That's a Russell Wilson mistake. Those aren't Patrick Mahomes' mistakes. You're held to a higher standard. And so, yeah, I am going to get on when you have 2 passes like that ultimately cost you games and cost you wins. Yeah, it's okay to have those conversations. And so, yeah, you're right, Dusty. I mean, it is kind of different. Like, the locals are down bad right now. I've had a lot of people say to me, I feel so bad about this team. And oh, my God. Like, yeah, locally, we're feeling it right now. And I hope they are hearing all of this because this does matter. This is how your fan base is feeling right now. They're upset. They're confused. They're disappointed. I hope everybody inside that organization is hearing everything that everybody is saying this week because you can say everything is great and everybody has fun when everything is winning. Now it's starting to take a little bit of a turn, and it's okay to point those things out. But the people who are doing those things have to be willing to listen and have to be willing to accept the fact that they're not doing the best at their jobs right now.
So he says, Bob, get his name right. It's Tua turned to ball over.
BBL Stinky. That's a really good one. Take the day.
Mac, you agree?
With what?
With the era of it's worse locally than it is nationally?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we talked about it last week. I think I said in the scripts, like, nationally believe, why can't we, right?
Yeah.
And it is a little scary to know that we know this team better than anyone, and we here in KC are a little skeptical, but I'm on the optimistic side, and I know a lot of those listeners are as well. The thing that makes me feel better about these issues that we've been talking about, and by the way, you're right, Bob, you think we wanted to talk RPOs for this morning? Like,
no, I hate talking RPOs.
No,
it's nerd stuff.
I don't want to do that,
yeah.
Right? And I don't even want to do that. That's where we're at, though, right now. The things that make me feel better, though, is that we've seen a lot of these issues before, and that the 2 people that are in charge of fixing these issues are Mount Rushmore guys, all-time guys. So if there was anyone that could fix these issues, and they're not
issues that need fixing. It's just adjusting more than anything.
It's adjusting. It's getting back to basics. It's getting back to your fundamentals. It's doing things that you've done better than anyone else in the past. You just have to wake up, take a step back, and realize where you're at and say, okay, we need to get back to these things. I believe they can do that. Other teams, when they have these issues, they're getting a new playbook. They're figuring out how to do these things for the first time. We've seen this team do this better than anyone. Be disciplined, be efficient, score points when they need to, take long drives. Like, we've seen them do that.
You think about like where all the focus has been, and it is kind of crazy. You say the Mount Rushmore guys: Chris Jones, Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, Steve Spagnuolo,
Kelsey, if you want to include him.
He's been great this year.
He's been great. He's been so
you're just
good.
talking guys who haven't
not been good.
Fair enough.
And then Dave Tope.
Yeah, Dave Tope as well. The special teams have been a joke this year.
And I'll tell you right now,
other than that Ariza kicking the ball, they stunk.
I'll tell you right now, if this team misses the playoffs, the fall guy will be Dave Tope. You heard it first. He'll be the one fall guy this team. Because everyone will say, they need to revamp, regroup, rechange. Do all this. Rechange is not a word. But they need to change things up. there will be a fall guy, and that fall guy will be Dave Tepper.
Well, there always is. Just look at the history. When things don't go right, no matter what the organization is, it's the hitting coach, it's the pitching coach, it's the backup catcher. It's all of those things that need to be changed. And I don't disagree with you. If this thing does not go right and you need that fall guy, you may see Dave Tobe retire. You may see Steve Spagnuolo retire. But those are changes that may happen. But, I mean, the Steve Spagnuolo one really is – I mean, we were calling him the greatest defensive coordinator of all time, and now we're finding out how predictable he is, and nobody fears what they're doing on defense, and they know what's coming on defense right now. He's got to change as much as Andy. Yeah, I mean, you can't have the quarterback out there calling out your defense.
On 3rd and 15 with a 70% – what is it? So what was the tweet? 70% percentile on 3rd and longs?
Yeah.
32nd in the NFL?
Yes. The Chiefs are the worst because everybody knows what they're doing on defense. It's easy. 3rd and long type of situation, they're blitzing.
What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. Go prove them all wrong. Go win on Sunday.
35-0. Like this is the day you do that type of game, right? This is the day where you just go out there and you say, F it.
Right?
Because they need an F it game.
Never know. They're on tilt, that's for sure.
Chiefs allowing over 70% completions on 3rd down this year, 32nd in the NFL. Spags has never allowed over 60.
Yeah. But that's because the defenses know what's coming, or the offenses know what's coming. And the next time that happens, Chris Jones, and he's out there talking, call a timeout.
You could. Definitely could. You can't count on much these days, but you can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Watch your local NFL game all season long, kicking off with the juicy Week 12 matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Kansas City Chiefs. Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today. Ben Maller on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Isaiah Pacheco, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at QC Kinetics want you to schedule your appointment right now if you're waking up this morning and you have that knee pain or the elbow pain or back pain or hip pain or shoulder pain, any kind of joint pain. QC Kinetics says, hey, we're going to take care of you because relief is closer than you think, and it doesn't have to come from a scalpel. It can come from you. QC Kinetics taps into your own body's regenerative power using natural healing factors that help restore and repair that damaged tissue, reducing inflammation and relieving pain at its source. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery, just your body remembering how to feel alive again, powered by the very cells that built you in the first place. So call QC Kinetics today and get that consultation scheduled, because for Veterans Day, QC is giving back to our heroes. Veterans will get $500 off their treatment, and for every non-vet who starts care, QC Kinetics will donate $500 to the Wounded Warrior Project. It's a great time to book your free consultation with appointments available on Saturday. So call QC Kinetics now, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, it's QC Kinetics.
Men, you need to look great for holiday events. Let Peter's Clothiers give you the perfect fit you're looking for. From sportswear to suits and sports coats and sizes to fit every man. PetersClothiers.com or stop in today at 124th and State Line.
Numerous brands to choose from, endless options, one incredible experience. At Aristocrat Motors, we treat every driver like royalty and offer the finest luxury vehicle experience in Kansas City. Come see us today and let us roll out the red carpet for you.
Here we go! Count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus.
This is incredible!
Watch your local NFL game live all season long.
And he's in for a touchdown!
Visit ParamountPlus.com/NFL to get started today.
Out here in the middle of these acres, it can feel like you're the only person on earth. That's how it feels when you're struggling with your mental health. But you don't have to feel alone. Find more information at loveyourmindtoday.org. Brought to you by the Huntsman Mental Health Institute and the Ad Council.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever, best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Makita knows that pros never settle, and neither do we. With Makita, you get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly engineered to deliver precision, job after job. When your work calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get one free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. This Black Friday, enjoy exclusive savings on our high-quality rechargeable hearing aids. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and shop Black Friday deals before they're gone at audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
Every NFL Thursday is your chance to hit the jackpot on FanDuel, because FanDuel's Thursday touchdown jackpot means that you can win a share of $2 million in bonus bets each and every week. To get in on this Thursday's action, all you have to do is place an anytime touchdown score bet before the game kicks off. And if your player scores either the first or the last touchdown in the game, then you'll win your bet plus a share of bonus bets. All you need to do is visit FanDuel.com. Use my promo code KFNZ to take a shot at the jackpot. Remember my promo code KFNZ for your chance to win a share of $2 million in bonus bets. Play your game with FanDuel, an official sports betting partner of the NFL and 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Kansas. Opt in. Must apply profit boost hosting on select market. Prize pool to be split equally among all eligible participants who made the correct first or last touchdown pick. Bonus issued is non-withdrawable bonus bets, which expire 21 days after receipt. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. FanDuel is offering online sports wagering in Kansas under agreement with Kansas Star Casino, LLC. Gambling problem? Can help with your best bet. Call 1-800-522-4700. Visit ksgamblinghelp.com.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
169 highway southbound, heavy approaching the bridge, stays slow on the 35 southbound, moves better around 12th Street. Inbound 70, very slow this morning as you make your way past Woods Chapel. It bogs down and stays very slow over to 470 with an accident reporting. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
It is time to talk to our guy, Ben Maller of Fox Sports Radio. Of course, you can catch him overnights right here on 96.5 The Fan, and it's all brought to you by our good friends at The Landing in Liberty. And, Ben, I'll just be honest with you, man. Give me your thoughts on the Chiefs, because around here, man, sky may be falling for some it's not. Where's it for you?
Yeah, I'm on the sky is falling camp. That game in Denver, that was the turning point. We talked about it last week, guys. It's good to be on with you again, but that was the game. You gotta have it. It's one of those gotta have it games, and it was right there for the taking, and they didn't do it. And this has been the pattern for this team. They obviously still have plenty of time to turn things around, but we have to do the show today, as we like to say. And so today, you asked me what I think. I think this is a debacle. This is a boondoggle right now for the Chiefs. They gotta dig themselves out, and just when you thought they had dug themselves out, they started digging a little deeper with that loss to the Broncos. So now you're talking about a wild card team. The problem is you lost to Jacksonville, and a couple guys in your defense weren't hustling, and Jacksonville looks like they're a wild card team. So you're going to have to be a game better than them because the tiebreaker goes to Jacksonville at the end of the year, and that's assuming you're able to win this weekend against the Colts and whatnot. So it's not great. It's not. I'm going to sit here and sugarcoat it. It's not good, but at least the chicken fingers are good over at the Landing. So that's yeah.
That is true. I mean, you got to find a positive in anything. But for me, I look at it, I go, it comes down to the head coach and it comes down to the quarterback. Horrible decisions by Patrick Mahomes, the interceptions, and then 13 penalties a game or whatever it is. That's discipline, man. And to me, that's on the coaching. It's got to start from the top.
Yeah, I go by the mantra that you're either coaching it or you're allowing it to happen, right? It's not week 3 and you're not playing the Giants. It's now, that was week 11 and the same stuff is popping up. So yeah, it's not a great look. And I mean, there's a couple ways. We're at a fork in the road here for the Chiefs. If they, you think about down the line, if this thing continues, if they end up with like 8 wins or 9 wins, something like that, it's what kind of changes are going to happen? I mean, we're at that kind of a point because you don't want to waste this thing with Mahomes, and this is not great. So they've got a lot of work to do, obviously. I mean, there's certainly some winnable games. You got the Raiders, Titans, and Cowboys. Those should be just show up and win games down the line. And so that'll get you to 8 wins, and then you're going to have to beat the Colts and the Chargers and the Broncos again. So they're all winnable. The Chiefs are not in the bubble of trust right now the way they've played.
Do you think that do you think this is one of those years in the AFC where as long as you're in, you're in? And that's why I think when we look at the picture right now and you see Baltimore and Kansas City still kind of outside, but 5-5, clearly I think we all three here agree that the Baltimore Ravens are going to win the North, right? Aaron Rodgers is now out. Mason Rudolph leading the sleigh in Pittsburgh. But like we would all agree that the Ravens would win. And you got to think that if Kansas City is like the 7th seed, and Indianapolis is the 1 seed. Let's say they lose this Sunday to Kansas City and Arrowhead. Yeah, they'll get them in Indianapolis, but do you think the Chiefs are that team with the players will start be like, oh, son of a gun, they let them in, and now they're going to wreck the party?
Yeah, I don't. Denver with Bo Nix Dusty doesn't. He's not great. They're good. He's not great, and I don't trust Drake May. He's been good. They played a lot of tomato cans, so. Like, you'd think looking at it based on track record, they don't scare you, but the Chiefs have to prove that they're legit. And, I mean, you look at the bottom, as you said, Baltimore's going to get in. I guess the Chiefs, you got to pull for Buffalo, right, tonight against Houston because Houston's kind of lurking there in the shadows with the same record and whatnot. So, yeah, there's no juggernaut team. We talked about this over the last month or so. There's like nobody really, even though some teams with great records, even on the NFC side, Philadelphia and the Rams, I think those teams are plumb for the taking. And in the AFC, Denver, New England, Indianapolis, I think going into the playoffs, I don't look at any of them like they're unstoppable. So you just got to get in. You just got to get in, win wild card weekend, and you're on your way.
Right.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too. You get in, and as Dusty said, oh, my God, it's the big bad Chiefs. I wouldn't want to face the Chiefs if I was another team. And you mentioned the Thursday night game. Yeah, I guess for the first time maybe in a while, we got to root for Buffalo in this one to kind of knock Houston out and keep them, at bay in this one. How do you look at this Thursday night game tonight? Because Houston's got the best defense in the NFL. People seem to forget that.
Yeah, and Josh Allen has turned the ball over a lot. Like, this is not the Josh Allen of last year. He's made a lot of decisions that have gone against him and whatnot. So I do think it's going to be within the point spread tonight. So from that perspective, from a gambling perspective, I think Houston will keep it close with Davis Mills. I do believe the Bills will win the game, but I think it's going to be like a field goal type game. Although these Thursday games are always so wonky. They're usually half the game is just terrible. Where they're warming up, it's not right. Very rarely do we get a smooth Thursday night game, but I do think it'll come down to the fourth quarter, and the Bills will win it, but it's not going to be like a smooth situation on Thursday night because of the turnovers. The turnovers are the great equalizer, and Josh Allen, I think it's the last 5 or 6 games, he's got like 7 interceptions, 4 fumbles. He's made a lot of mistakes.
Ben, I want to ask you this because I know you do the Benny and the Penny, and you're a gambling guy, my guy.
Yeah. Yes.
Plus 122, Detroit, Chiefs, Ravens all make the playoffs. Yay or nay?
So Detroit, Chiefs, and Ravens, they're in. So that's good. Detroit will end up getting. I think Chicago's going to fall off here. So I'd say that's not a bad bet. I'd do it, though. I'd put a couple bucks down on that.
It's only plus 122?
122. So which team gives you the most confidence and which team gives you the least amount of confidence?
The Ravens would give me the most confidence. The Lions would be second. And the Chiefs, I would put them last on that. Not a list, by the way, a big board. Not a list, a big board. I don't do lists, but I would put them at the very bottom because of the fact they've already lost to Denver, lost to the Chargers once, and I know they play them again, but they have no margin for error. It's like being on a high wire and crossing the Grand Canyon, and there's no net. Like you make one mistake and that's it. I mean, I don't know if we're quite at that point yet, but if they lose to the Colts on Sunday, that gets them to 6 losses. how many losses can you have, and then in the AFC, and you're in. I mean, I know the bottom, there's teams with 4 losses like the Chargers and Jacksonville, but they have to have the tiebreaker with those teams. Right now they don't, so it's a mess.
It is a mess, as we talked to Ben Maller here on 96.5 The Fan. And you know, over in the NFC, I was reading some stuff this morning. You know, the Rams, are they the best team? Is Matthew Stafford the MVP of the league and all of this kind of stuff? I know we do this kind of week to week, but it sure seems like the Rams just continue to win, and they're kind of a quiet team. We're like, I guess it's the West Coast, not a lot of people talk about. They should be getting more run for the way that they're playing and what they're doing, with a great defense, a quarterback that's going to the Hall of Fame, and next to Andy Reid, maybe the best coach in the NFL.
Yeah, but McVay's been wonderful. They don't get the buzz. Everyone's been talking about, you know why? Because they're winning, and there's nothing. Even Philadelphia won the Super Bowl. Everyone's talking about Jalen Hurts. The players are upset with Jalen Hurts. There's none of that with the Rams. Like the Rams, by the way, just put 3 guys on injured reserve who are starters. So good luck on that. They play the Bucs this weekend, so we'll see if they're able to win without 3 starters. But yeah, the Rams have been wonderful. I go back to the conversation we had last week. I'm on Team Dusty as far as the MVP race. I love the Rams. Stafford's got MVP stats. He's got 27 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. I've watched the Rams every game. I just don't. I look at him. I say, I don't think that's the MVP. There's got to be somebody better than him. And the Chiefs are playing Jonathan Taylor this weekend. So I have him in the top spot. And if the Chiefs can bottle him up, then he's out of the top spot. So then we'll have somebody else up there. It's just wide open, and it will be decided the final month. But I'm leaning towards the running back because I don't look. All these quarterbacks have issues. Like even Stafford, the Rams won last week. He didn't play great in that. He had like 130-something yards against the Seattle defense, and they won, and he had some touchdown passes, which is great. So I know I'm nitpicking, but that's what we do. We're talk shows. We nitpick.
Yeah, because the previous 3 weeks, he went 5 touchdowns, 0 picks, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks, 4 touchdowns, 0 picks, 180, 280, 280. So, yeah, I think this is one of those years where, like, we're back in the swing of things where does Matthew Stafford, quote-unquote, deserve it because he's never won an MVP and his team is one of the more dominant teams in the league? Or is this one of those years where it's like, it could be Allen, it could be Stafford, it could be Mahomes, it could be this. Why don't we give it to the running back? You know what? He deserves it. The Colts are who they are. Screw it. I think it's Jonathan Taylor's year.
Well, today I think that the Stafford stat, that the fun fact of the hour for you guys is that I saw this week, that Matthew Stafford, for the first time in his NFL career after beating Seattle, I believe this is accurate. I'm going to go with it anyway. First time in his career, he has a winning record.
Yeah.
As an NFL career. He's never, I mean, this is amazing. The guy, well, it makes sense. He was with the Lions and they were terrible, but the guy, and you said Hall of Famer, Bob. Is he a Hall of Famer? Is he?
Yeah, he is. I mean, yeah, he absolutely is, man.
And he's
got
better
the
than
Super
Drew
Bowl
Brees
win.
and Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, and they're going to be in the Hall of Fame or in the Hall of Fame or however you want to describe those. No, I think Matthew Stafford's a first ballot lock for the Hall of Fame.
Phillip Rivers, is he?
No, he's not, but he hasn't won a Super Bowl.
Okay, so the Super Bowl thing puts him on. That's
huge.
Yeah. I say if he wins the MVP this year, he's a Hall of Famer. How about that? I think he's still a borderline guy because they're gonna penalize him for the Lions and how bad they were all those years, and I don't think he's a lock. I don't think he's a first ballot.
I also think he's like top 5 in fourth quarter comebacks of all time.
Well, that's because he played on teams that were always losing.
Right? Yeah, I think we did this stat like not too long ago. We were talking, all 3 of us on the show, and it was like, okay, it's probably Brady, it's probably Manning, it's probably Elway, and our producer Mac was like, He's like, Matthew Stafford fit. And you're like, oh, that's right. All those years. Because you think about it. Okay, so I don't know why we're getting off on this tangent. Maybe it's my fault. But Matthew Stafford, best wide receiver year ever, Calvin Johnson, Detroit. Another best wide receiver year ever, Cooper Kupp, Los Angeles Rams. Quarterback coincidence, Matthew Stafford.
And Puka Nacua also had a ridiculous year with Matthew Stafford.
Somebody got to throw that ball.
Yeah, he's a star maker. He is a star maker at wide receiver. You want him as your guy.
And you better say something nice about him or his wife will throw a soft pretzel at your head.
Yeah, I don't want that. I will be at the Rams game on Sunday, so I don't want her attacking me. So
hey,
nice.
if she does throw the soft pretzel at your head, save it for me because that's my deal. I like those.
It's not. I promise you, it will not be as good.
No,
as one
you sue and you make up like a bruise on your forehead. You're like, man, it
was hard.
I just, if she does throw the pretzel, Matthew Stafford's wife, I hope it's on camera. I just need it on camera. I'll sell it to TMZ. I'll make some money.
Perfect. Yeah, and you're right. It's not as soft and delicious as the one at the Landing. All right, before we let you go, Ben, Bill Simmons, he didn't step in it at all, I don't think. He called the Columbus Blue Jackets the most irrelevant team in sports. Who is your most irrelevant team in sports?
Hockey would be good. I would say the Winnipeg Jets. I'm going to go with the Winnipeg Jets on that. Like, it's just far away. It's cold. It's the middle of nowhere. It's just, it's not here. Columbus is not a bad one. Who did you pick, by the way?
Well, for me, it's always been the Orlando Magic.
The Orlando Magic. How about that? I would say in the NBA, though, it's like Memphis Grizzlies, New Orleans Pelicans.
Yeah.
There's a lot to choose from in the NBA. There's a lot of teams that their uniforms all kind of look the same, and I'll be watching on the Magic box, and I'll be like, I don't know what team that is until they put I got to look at the graphic to find out who it is. That's not great for your business if you don't know the teams are based on the uniforms because they all look the same.
Well, did you see the Orlando Magic uniform? They brought back the 90s Shaq and Penny uniforms.
Oh, I love that.
And they made the court the same way. Like, I was watching it, and I'm like, I feel like I'm like a 90s Dusty's kid watching Shaq and Penny play basketball. It was awesome.
Yeah, the Raptors. I remember when the Raptors came in. They got to bring back. It was so funny being in the Raptors locker room when they were an expansion team. They looked like Barney the dinosaur on their uniforms. They had a dinosaur, and it was all these grown professional basketball players wearing a dinosaur. It was the funniest thing. I still remember being like, these guys are like embarrassed to wear the uniform. And now, because it's been a long time, people, that's such a great uniform. The players didn't like it at the time. They didn't think it was very good. I remember the Rockets, when Charles Barkley played for the Rockets, they came into L.A., and they had like this cartoon rocket on their uniform, and that was embarrassing too. It was a stupid logo, but now it's nostalgic.
Now it's the nostalgic, and then it was the 90s. Ben, we appreciate your time. Have a great Thanksgiving, and we'll talk to you after the holiday.
All right, enjoy the holidays. Thank you, guys.
That is Ben Maller, brought to you by the Landing in Liberty.
One word.
First name is Blake, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of three, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3.
Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin. All right, guys, let's get to it. Josh Simmons spoke to the Chiefs media for the first time since returning from his absence and playing in last week's game. This is what he had to say to everyone.
I thank the entire Kansas City and this club for having my six for the time I was away from the team. Showed how much love this team and city has for me, and I can't wait to give it back to them. So.
One word on Josh Simmons returning to Kansas City.
I'm glad he's back, man, and good, and we're ready to go. And quite honestly, let's move on, right? Let's just continue to watch this kid play. He was outstanding, I thought, on Sunday. A little bit of rust, maybe, he talked about, but he was also going against, as he said, number 15 out there. Is a pretty darn good football player. I thought Josh Simmons was epic on Sunday after missing all that time. This guy, holy cow, he's so good at what he does.
He's the
right?
truth, man.
He may be the second best at his position on the team behind Patrick Mahomes. Like, Mahomes is the best quarterback, in the NFL, and then the next best player on the team at their position. It may be Josh Simmons right now.
My one word would be support. I can only imagine if Josh Simmons played in Dallas, what Jerry Jones would be doing. If he played in the New York Jets organization, what Woody Johnson would be doing. That's a good sign to see from your franchise. Whether you want to know all the information or not, that's up to you, because it just depends on what keeps you up at night. It doesn't do that for me. He's back. He dealt with an issue. It was family-oriented. It's between him and his family and the organization. But he's back because of the support this team had. And look, you need that guy, and you need him more than ever right now. So, shout out to the support for the franchise of the Kansas City Chiefs.
100%. NFL right now looking into supersonic flights. They're trying to make Europe. They're trying to become global. Obviously, Paris game announced for next season. One word on supersonic jets in the NFL.
Awesome. I mean, the fact that the NFL is studying supersonic flight to see if they can have an expansion team in Europe is one of the most NFL things that I've ever seen. All right, at all costs, what can we do? Well, we got to bring back those supersonic jets. The problem is they only seat 60 people right now. So now the NFL is going to try to build a supersonic jet that can fit an entire football team so they can, go back and forth across the ocean and base that team over there in Europe. Again, I didn't have on my bingo card this week RPO conversation, right? I also didn't have on my bingo card the NFL investigating supersonic flight so they could expand to Europe.
Hell yeah. Advanced would be my one word, because you hear supersonic, I just think of video games and advancements, and so yeah, advanced for supersonic jets.
This comes from Major League Baseball. MLB has formed a new 3-year media rights agreement with Netflix, NBC, Universal, and ESPN. It's from 2026 to 2028 MLB seasons. It marks the return of NBC to regularly airing MLB games for the first time in 26 years. It's also the first time Netflix will have live coverage of MLB. And this also extends ESPN's long-term relationship with MLB to 39 consecutive seasons.
And they're going to have midweek games, which is awesome. The Sunday night game on NBC and Peacock is going to be fun, having Netflix involved as well. I'm sure we're going to see the tweets. I've got to buy all these subscriptions to watch every single blank game this season. Well, I mean, that's the cost of being a fan these days. I quite honestly, I'm past all of that now. We know what it is. A lot of people are going to not like it and then don't like it, but a lot of people are fine with it too. So it is what it is when it comes to that. But I'm just glad baseball got their TV deals done. You get the money in here. Now we can go spend it and get better players. It's great for baseball to have all these TV partners locked up through what could be a work stoppage as well. That's a good sign for the league moving forward too.
Yeah, my one word comes with 3. Writing on 4. Writing on the wall. We've seen every other sport move, boxing, prize fights, all this stuff go to Netflix. Now you're going to get Home Run Derby, Netflix. First game of the season, Netflix. Field of Dreams, Netflix. You know what the problem is? None. You know what the advantage is? One spot. You can go to one spot. And I think I speak this pretty clearly. I would say most everybody in the United States has Netflix.
Yeah, and the other thing is Netflix is one of those worldwide apps too. Like I was talking about Netflix and Amazon. That's why everybody's going with Netflix and Amazon. They're the two that you can get worldwide. And you can't get HBO Max and all this other stuff worldwide. But Netflix and Amazon, you can. And so now they're getting a global reach as well as a local reach. And, of course, they got the deal done with ESPN yesterday. That's going to be the home of MLB.TV. So if you're an ESPN app subscriber, you're going to get all the baseball games for free. That comes with that package. So that's kind of a cool deal as well. Now, your out-of-market games, we're still dealing with this nonsensical blackout stuff. But all your out-of-market games, if you're an ESPN subscriber now on the app, you're going to get all of that included as well. So that's kind of a cool perk to go get the ESPN app.
Did you consider Brett for Miller?
Did Will Chamberlain or Danny Manning, have they reached out to Wiggins?
You think I'm a goddamn fool? And also just wanted to double check that Dan Kilgore is going to practice today. I'm sick and tired of all this bullshit. Coach, we appreciate the time. Thanks for joining us.
From the 785, they would only be able to go supersonic over the ocean. Coming up on the other side, we'll get into Smash or Pass, brought to you by Booth Creek Wagyu. KC's
Where do you
best
think
steaks.
Europe is?
We get a Smash Pass on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
I'll tell you what, my friends over at Smokehouse Barbecue are ready for Thanksgiving. You need to get your turkeys ordered this week, folks, to get that smoked, delicious turkey from Smokehouse Barbecue for your Thanksgiving table. I know mine are going to be in the air soon, headed to New Jersey, because my mom's ordered them back in September to make sure we have those turkeys. That's how good the turkeys are. We're sending them 1,000 miles away because they are that delicious. They are that awesome. They are just money on your Thanksgiving table. And Smokehouse Barbecue knocks it out of the park every single Thanksgiving with those turkeys. So get your turkeys ordered now at Smokehouse Barbecue. And don't forget about everything else, because now we're getting into that holiday season, right? It's that holiday rush. You're going to be having holiday parties, and you don't want to do all that cooking. You want to hang out with your guests. Let Smokehouse Barbecue cater all of your holiday events. You can check them out at smokehousebbq.com. That's smokehousebbq.com, or visit one of their 3 locations in Independence, Gladstone, and Zona Rosa. And while you're there, get the pulled chicken sandwich with the Cajun butter tossed in it with the coleslaw on top. It is so money right now. The Cajun butter chicken wings are fantastic, and of course their burnt ends are absolutely unbelievable. So check out one of those 3 locations of Smokehouse Barbecue or visit them at smokehousebbq.com. For over 35 years, locally owned and family operated, it's Smokehouse Barbecue.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Hi, I'm Lexi, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company. If you're planning to propose this holiday, we're ready to make creating your engagement ring a warm, welcoming experience. At Shane Company, we're all about your style, your budget, your dream engagement ring. Explore the widest selection of diamonds and ring settings ready for you to see in person, or visit us at shaneco.com. You'll have your ring in days, not weeks. Our friendly jewelry consultants don't work on commission. There's never any pressure, just perfect proposals. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
If you've been diagnosed with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, this is what it sounds like to be 1,000,000 miles away. Imagine being 1,000,000 miles away. Tremfya Kuselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy. With Tremfya, clearer skin is possible. In clinical trials, at least 70% of patients saw at least 90% clearer skin at 16 weeks. Results may vary. Tremfya is also indicated for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Call 1-800-526-7736 or visit tremfya.com.
You need parts? O'Reilly has parts. Get 1 free set of brake pads when you buy 2 brake rotors. Upgrade to Brake Best Select pads for just $10. Or upgrade to Brake Best Select Pro or Import Direct pads for just $20. Product availability. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
At Audion Hearing, our mission is simple: to make better hearing affordable for everyone. This Black Friday, enjoy exclusive savings on our high-quality rechargeable hearing aids. Clear, comfortable, and ready to use right out of the box. And here's a study worth hearing. Research shows that wearing hearing aids can reduce your risk of dementia by up to 61%. Join over 1 million happy customers and shop Black Friday deals before they're gone at audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
You know, there's millions of people without the health insurance they need. I get it. You feel like it's too pricey, a headache to deal with. You deserve something better. And better health. We're on a mission to get everyone high-quality, affordable health insurance. You have health insurance needs. We have plans with low out-of-pocket premiums, with in-network preventive care at no cost to you, and a network of local doctors and hospitals. So if you're still shopping for health insurance, go to ambetterhealth.com/enroll to get your free, no-obligation quote. That's ambetterhealth.com/enroll. For coverage to start January 1st, you must enroll by December 15th. Find the plan that's right for you right now. ambetterhealth.com/enroll. Ambetter Health, on a mission for better. Ambetter Health is the brand name for health insurance products underwritten by subsidiaries of Centene Corporation. Go to ambetterhealth.com to see offerings in your state. This is a solicitation for insurance.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Peters Clothiers. Northland 35 southbound heavy from Cookingham down past 152 with an accident. Inbound 70 heavy out of Blue Springs. You hit delays at 7 Highway. Crawls over towards 470 where you're down to 1 lane with an accident. 169 Highway southbound gets heavy at the airport exit. Off again on again. Slowdowns are very slow down onto 35 southbound to 12th Street. Men, you need to look great for holiday events. Let Peters Clothiers give you the perfect fit you're looking for. From sportswear to suits and sports coats and sizes to fit every man. PetersClothiers.com or stop in today. 124th and State Line. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Don't forget, in about 5 minutes, you're going to want to hear that sound that we played during this segment of Smash or Pass, which is this one.
Finally, I'm one of those guys who can't wait to get to work in the morning. Like a dairy cow.
Oh! Oh! Oh, yes! Yes!
That's right. When you hear that sound in about 5 minutes, you want to be the caller number 5, because that's how many losses and that's how many wins the Chiefs have. Tell Mac that's a wonderful shirt that he's wearing, that somebody really nice must have given it to him.
So
also,
cool.
that he has a great haircut now and that his fantasy advice is pristine.
Mac's awesome.
That's right. 96.5 The Fan. I stroked out there. Smash or Pass, brought to you by Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's best steaks, now with 2 locations, 95th and Knoll and 135th in Metcalf. Also, Shawnee Mission Ford on a mission to do more online at ShawneeMissionFord.com. So caller 5, $50 gift card to Booth Creek Wagyu. Throw a big old ribeye on your family's dinner table for Thanksgiving. That's a flex.
That's a huge
That is.
flex.
Yeah. Hey, I know turkey's great, but how about this gift card I won from 96.5 The Fan during
Yeah.
Smash or Pass? Here's a beef Wagyu steak.
Oh, that would be good.
Oh, I'll do that with some gravy and potatoes.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. Last night I was in the garage again, and the first thing, it's like we were talking about like algorithms that pop up on your phone, and Retro News Now is the handle, and it pops up, and you thought Bisquick only made pancakes, and it's a Bisquick Impossible Cheeseburger Pie.
I
which
remember seeing this when I was
came out
a
in
kid.
1981.
Yeah.
That's a no for me, dog.
Really? See, I would
I
eat
think it looks
that.
good.
Yeah, skillet pie with Bisquick and like cheese and ground beef. I mean, that sounds like awesome right
Where are we
there.
gonna do
Yeah.
this? Can you see the pie?
Yeah, it looks fantastic.
Little
I
to the
don't-
left. There it is.
I don't know why you wouldn't be in on that, other than it's like a heart attack at a skillet.
100%.
Is it basically like a Mexican pizza, but like homemade?
Kind of giving that a little bit.
I forget, honest to God, when you said that, I did have immediate like kind of flashbacks to the 80s.
Yeah.
And like I do remember commercials. We never had that kind of stuff. We weren't rich. My sister and I had a fight for the last hot dog and grape soda. So like that was like
So
the
this is
rich
like a
people.
nice. This is a nice.
Well, I
thing.
would assume we never had that.
Gotcha.
Somebody says from the 785, it's delicious. I had it a lot growing up.
There we go.
I would assume that was probably like a cheap meal too. Like you could buy hamburger, cheese,
Yeah.
and Bisquick and put it all
Put
together.
it all
and-
together. Yeah, absolutely.
It's like
Sounds
a
simple
Midwest
and
shepherd's
great.
pie.
Yeah, I mean, it looked really good. I'd be in on that.
It's about as American as it gets, right
It
there.
really is.
Yeah.
Pancake, mixed cheese, and meat.
Yeah, you're
Somebody
in,
says it
baby.
looks like an enchilada just in a big pizza shape.
Oh, that's a great call.
Oh, yeah.
That is a great call for that. Yeah.
My buddy Big Ed said, your buddy Asher would take his Wagyu and make chili out of it.
Oh, no.
Hey,
No.
well, that's who he is. Hey, try this Wagyu. It's really good. It's a Wagyu chili. Why would
No.
you do that? That's like
Why
making
would
an
you
old.
do
It's like making an old fashioned with plantains.
Yeah, like, what are we doing here?
No, drink that neat. Eat that steak. Just put it on
Yeah.
the grill for 5 minutes. Take it off and smash. dude.
Maybe some salt and pepper on it. And you don't
Yeah.
even need to do that on that Wagyu.
Somebody
It's
says
so
my dad
good.
used to make strawberry shortcake with Bisquick. Hello.
Well, yeah, that's what you do. Yeah, the Bisquick.
That's what you do?
Yeah, for the strawberry shortcake shells. Yeah, absolutely.
You
They're
could
good.
eat that and go supersonic over land and water.
Yeah. Ooh, I tell you what, man. Let me tell you something about land and water.
Somebody says if you take a can of croissants, put them in a muffin pan, pour ground beef in it after you have seasoned it with taco seasoning, add onions, green peppers to it as well with cheese, Doritos, and shredded cheese, and then fold and bake. And they're little taco pies. They're delicious,
Oh.
especially with a little sour
good.
cream and guac on top. Thanks for texting in, Emily. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
exactly.
Sounds like an empanada, which you can get, up at Piropo's. I mean, those empanadas are fantastic. That's what that reminded me of, quite honestly.
Hell yeah.
little pillow filled with meat. I mean, that is fantastic. A lot of work, I will say, for that. People say, no, it is. It's
like a one-a-year thing. Like that's your dish you bring. Oh, you brought the little taco poppers.
All right, we got to invite Dusty because he's going to bring those taco things, right? My wife's got a friend, Carrie, who makes these cake pops that are just the most unbelievable thing. Ooh. And like now's the time of the year you start going to parties and things. Carrie bringing the cake pops.
Exactly. Or it's like better be there. The invite. Hey, it's Friendsgiving on Saturday. Dusty taco poppers. Everybody else's name just has a blank next to it. It's like I guess I don't have an option.
Yeah, you don't have an option. They want you to bring that. Let me run through some Thanksgiving foods for you. You get a smash or pass. Mm-hmm. Cranberry sauce.
By itself, no.
Oh, I thought you'd have the sounder ready.
Yeah.
Smash.
Oh.
No. Smash cranberry sauce.
Smash it, right?
Straight out of the can.
Out of the can.
Straight out of the can with a spoon.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You got to have the cranberry sauce in the can. Not in the bathroom, but in the can with the ridges on it, Love it. Stuffing.
All in.
All in, yeah. My mother makes a stuffing that has been in the family for 100 years, and it is just like every year about this time, people start thinking my kids are like, it's stuffing time and all this kind of stuff. I tricked my nephew the other day. He doesn't respond to my text. He's a jerk. And I said, Grandma's putting tzatziki in the mashed potatoes this year to try something different. I thought I'd get him going. I had my mother all in. No response from the kid. So that goes to the next one. Green bean casserole.
Oh. All day, every day.
100%.
100%.
Yeah, everybody does.
Can I bring
my favorite?
Can I bring up a little issue with my Friendsgiving that's this Saturday?
Yep.
The guy who's in charge of green bean casserole is going to be 30 to 45 minutes late to the dinner. He can't make the green bean casserole. That's got to be ready with the stuff.
Oh, can't you just wait on dinner till he gets there? Like, you don't need to eat right away. You have a cocktail, talk.
Drinks, talk some more.
I guess you're right.
He's like, nah, I need it
I
right
feel like
now.
that should be shifted to the dessert side. Because that's what everybody else's response was yesterday. We were hanging out at the crib, having some fun. I'm like, well, if he's going to be late, you got the green bean casserole there. Like, well, why don't we just hang out on the front porch a little longer? It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, it's supposed to be nice this weekend.
Extended cocktail hours. Like, all right, you guys win.
Yeah, 30 to 45 minutes is not all. Like, if he's going to be 2 hours, like, that's another conversation. You drop that green bean casserole off at middle of the day, and then, we'll have it there, and then you come when you come. But
it'll be there, Dusty. Don't worry.
Yeah, he'll have it.
It's my favorite side of Thanksgiving.
I get that. Yep, me too.
Okay.
It's got to be cooked perfectly. I don't want hard green beans. I don't want soggy onion straws.
Let me ask you
I
this,
want Campbell's cream and mushroom in it.
Be honest with me. The people who use fresh green beans as opposed to like either the frozen or the canned green beans, are you in on that?
As long as you cook them right.
Okay, because I'm not. I don't like the fresh green, and I love fresh vegetables, but it just doesn't work for me in the green bean casserole if you use the fresh. I don't know.
I guess I don't know the way I usually eat it. I got to
ask. Green bean
ask.
casserole is a #1 seed in the Thanksgiving bracket.
As is stuffing.
Sweet potato casserole.
Smash. With little marshmallows on top?
Yeah, the marshmallows on top.
Yep. My stepmother, Mary, saint, makes the best sweet potato casserole. I eat it. I mean, it's literally the corner piece. It's like literally 3/4 of the entire.
The corner piece is the best of everything at Thanksgiving.
Minus the brownie.
Oh, but you don't like the corner brownie?
I like the center one. The center brownie, all the goo.
Just give me any of them.
Good and over the center piece.
Give me the corner. Give me the middle. Give me the end. Pumpkin pie.
I'm in. Not my favorite pie, but I'm in.
What is your favorite pie?
Apple pie.
Okay. With cheddar cheese on top?
Of course.
Strawberry pie. No, my favorite would be French silk. I tend to pass on pumpkin pie. I don't hate it. If it's there and there's 2 sides of Cool Whip.
I was going to say whipped cream.
Yeah, gotta have like the whole, like what's that picture we see every Thanksgiving? Okay, now I can eat pumpkin pie and it's like completely covered in Cool Whip. I don't hate that take. I really don't.
I don't either. No. Yeah, I think pumpkin pie is the vehicle for the Cool Whip. Yeah, it has to be.
Don't put just the little dollop on there. I need more.
Gravy?
Smash.
Okay. Smash and gravy?
Smash. It's the Adam Frazier to all the everything on the plate. It's the glue guy.
It is. Yeah, the gravy brings it all
It doesn't matter if it
together,
leaks in your green beans. It's supposed to go on your turkey. It's going to be all over your mashed potatoes, all over your dressing, your stuffing.
See, I'm more just like, I'm mashed potatoes. I'm a little bit on the mashed potatoes. That's it. I don't want it everywhere.
Okay.
All right.
I'm rare in that way.
And finally, we had something tweeted, and it's a can of emergency drinking water sterilized that's 75 years old. They opened it up, and it is pure water. They even did a test and all that kind of stuff. Would you drink that?
Yes. It tastes metallic-y as hell.
That's right, it would. Yeah, that metallic taste.
It would taste like how you know when you start to have a bloody nose.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah. That's kind of
what
what
I'm
I'm
rush
thinking.
and immediately go, oh no.
Like when Gabe got them all the Saber water bottles in the office and they had orange juice in it and they were like, Metallica.
Yeah. You watched that season of The Office?
Yeah, Gabe's still there. Yeah, you guys watched when Gabe was still there.
I did, but like that, once Michael Scott left.
Michael was still there, though.
He was there with Gabe.
Yeah.
Because he came over with, he was, what's-her-face, Kathy Bates' assistant.
Oh, okay. That's kind of when we started to...
That's fair.
Because that's when Ed Helms made the song. He thought it was like Sabor. He's like, it's actually Saber.
Yeah.
He's like, we don't really know a word that rhymes with that. Song's ruined now.
Oh, yeah, Sabre and Sabre. Sabre.
Sabre.
Finally, I'm one of those guys who can't wait to get to work in the morning. Like a dairy cow.
Oh! Oh! Oh, yes! Yes!
There you go. Caller number 5. You got to tell Mac, hey, that's a really cool shirt. Someone nice must have given it to you. Your hair looks great nowadays, and you're one of the best fantasy advisors I've ever had in my life.
Mac's awesome.
Caller number 5, Booth Creek Wagyu, $50 gift card for you. Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's best steaks, now with 2 locations, 95th and Knoll and 135th at Metcalf. And also, Smash Your Pass, brought to you by Shawnee Mission Ford. On a mission to do more. Online at ShawneeMissionFord.com. Does the league trust Patrick Mahomes, or are they daring him to open up his game? We'll discuss here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is George Karlaftis, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you something. My friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers are saying, hey, it's time for you to come work with us. And that's what you want to do. You want to go work with the Sheet Metal Workers because they have great opportunities right here in Kansas City for you. And you're trying to think to yourself, well, what do the Sheet Metal Workers do? Well, I'll tell you one of the coolest things that the Sheet Metal Workers do is the architectural sheet metal. Their members install metal roofing, siding, decorative features on landmark buildings all over Kansas City. You've seen the top of Bartle Hall, right? All done by the Sheet Metal Workers. How about the Kaufman Performing Arts Center? All done by the Sheet Metal Workers. And that iconic crown at Kauffman Stadium, yeah, you know it. It was built by the Sheet Metal Workers. So if you love designing things and working with your hands and you're creative, the Sheet Metal Workers Union may be for you. They also do HVAC installation, HVAC service and repair. They build those commercial kitchens that you see everywhere, and they do treat their employees in an awesome way. You're going to start at $24.55 an hour, increasing to $27.27 an hour after 3 months, and get family health coverage at no cost to the employee at all. So you can check them out at sheetmetal2.org. From seasoned professionals to those with no experience, they're going to get you career training, job security, and a path to advancement. That's sheetmetal2.org.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health. And if you're over 50, it's likely that you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600. Or go to heartlandmenshealth.com.
This holiday season, give your family, clients, and coworkers the gift of Booth Creek Wagyu beef. Booth Creek Wagyu gift boxes provide the world's best steaks, burgers, hot dogs, jerky, sausages, and seasonings that are changing the way America eats beef. Choose from mouth-watering options like the classic sirloin box for less than $100, or go big with the amazing Grill Masters Reserve box. Order yours today at boothcreekwagyu.com or visit one of their 2 convenient locations at 95th and Knoll or 135th Street in Metcalf.
This is Blake Fanning with Shawnee Mission Ford. The year-end sales event starts now. That's 0% on all new 25 Escapes, Explorers, F-150s, Transits, and Super Duties, regular and super cabs. But it doesn't stop there. You also get 90 days till first payment and 90 days of Blue Cruise. Shawnee Mission Ford still gives you the large discounts and top trade allowances. You'll save thousands. Take advantage of 0% for 60 months, 90 days till first payment, and 90 days of Blue Cruise. Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by the technicians you could trust with your house keys. Anthony Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Electric. Northland 35 southbound, sluggish from the merge with 69 Highway down to Cookingham, but the earlier accident at 152 has cleared. Very heavy. Blue Springs into town, 70 westbound. It delays at 7 Highway. Crawls over towards 470 with an accident that has just the left lane getting by. Turn recent repairs into savings. Get up to $4,500 off a new HVAC system. Stay comfortable year-round. Schedule now at anthonyphce.com. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes videos like MVP Monday, Chiefs Take Tuesday, and Best Bets. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ, FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
NFL action returning tonight. Buffalo Bills visiting the Houston Texans. Just to clarify, we are all rooting for Buffalo tonight.
That is correct.
Just want to throw that out there. We've had a couple of texts tonight. Man, I hate the Bills, but should I be rooting for them? Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you are.
Unfortunately, yes. The Texans have the number one defense in the NFL. People forget that. Including this person who saw that yesterday. Like, damn, they do have the best defense in the NFL, huh?
Yep, anchored by, I just forgot his name.
Will Anderson.
Will Anderson, yeah. Drafted in Kansas City, by the way, that night of the draft. They took C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson Jr. Same night.
Him and Derek Stingley and Daniil Hunter, they got a
badass defense,
yes.
man. They're going to get after Joshua Allen tonight, let me tell you.
Is that Aziz Ansari guy still playing defense for them?
Yes, that's right. That was the guy who was spitting, or what was he doing last year? That
was
was
late
no
hits,
good.
right? He was
late
just
hits.
dirty hits.
Yeah, dirty late hits.
Yeah.
Leading with
Aziz
helmets and
Al-Shaair.
stuff like that. Yeah.
Speaking of jerks, Mark Gastineau's 69 today.
Happy birthday.
I don't know. Can you turn on my computer here? I mean, let me see. Oh, no, I got to turn the volume on. Yeah.
Come on, Binkley.
I'm trying. I am trying to do my Jay Binkley impersonation.
It's working.
Mark Gastineau is dealing with some medical issues, is he not?
It has to be.
Right. So I can't stand the guy. You know, the guy was a dirty, cheap shot and son of a bitch, as far as I'm concerned.
Hello.
And, you know, I know this because he was on the elevator in the Westin in Cincinnati telling my buddies who are there to watch the game that you tell your boy Boomer to call an ambulance because he's going down. And he was trying to cheap shot me the whole damn game. So screw him. That's what I say.
Yeah.
I knew he would be pissed because that's exactly what it looked like for Michael Strahan and Brett Favre. It looked exactly like that. So I understand why he's pissed. But screw him. I don't care.
Happy 69th, Mark Gastineau. Dusty says, isn't he suffering from something? I said, I don't care. The guy's a jerk. Guy was a jerk. I don't care if you're just because you're suffering from something doesn't take how you treated others throughout the course of your life, and we're all supposed to just all of a sudden feel sorry for you. Mark Gastineau was a jerk. I mean, that story right there by Boomer Esiason, that dude didn't hold back.
Mark Gastineau is dealing with some medical issues, is he not?
It has to be.
Right. So I can't stand the guy. You know, the guy was a dirty, cheap shot and son of a bitch, as far as I'm concerned. And, you know, I know this because he was on the elevator in the Westin in Cincinnati telling my buddies who are there to watch the game that you tell your boy Boomer to call an ambulance because he's going down. And he was trying to cheap shot me the whole damn game. So screw him. That's what I say.
Yeah.
I knew he would be pissed because that's exactly what it looked like for Michael Strahan and Brett Favre. It looked exactly like that. So I understand why he's pissed. But screw him. I don't care.
Okay.
Could you imagine, Dusty, going your whole life and having nobody that's a friend of yours in it?
Currently doing it.
No, you're not.
I know, I'm just joking. No, I couldn't. I mean, that'd be a self-reflective part of my soul.
Yeah.
Some interesting news from Bleacher Report Gridiron. The Giants could mathematically be the first team eliminated from the playoffs this week with a Giants loss and a Seattle win, or a Giants loss plus a Minnesota win, or a Giants loss plus a Dallas win.
Okay.
That's sad.
Yeah, that's early. Eliminated before Thanksgiving. Welcome to Thanksgiving. Yeah, nothing to see here. Continue on. See you in training camp.
Would you continue to play Jackson Dart if you were eliminated?
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you? Would you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Let him get experience.
Yeah,
No
exactly.
pressure.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Let him go out there and see what he can do. You know, you got to learn. You got to teach the game. What better way to learn and make mistakes than when nothing's really on the line? You know, you can go out there and make mistakes and play bad and try different things and do all that kind of stuff. Because there's nothing on the line. It could be the best learning experience that he gets is that game time action. So, hell yeah, I'd be playing Jackson Dart.
No doubt. Real quickly, the sun is officially set in Barrow, Alaska, and it won't rise again until January 22nd. So when you get mad about how it's dark all the time early, you could be in Alaska.
Yeah, last night, I think, or the night before was the last time you're going to see sunlight in Alaska for, 64 days or something like that. I don't know what I would do. We're looking at this weather today. Like, from where we sit, you can barely see Shawnee Mission Parkway and Metcalf, right? I mean, it is that foggy out there. I just don't know how Amy's going to park today.
I mentioned the time of darkness because there's been no light to what we've seen from the deep ball. Mahomes reflected on that yesterday.
Yeah, I'm just not making the throws. Is pretty much the biggest thing. Guys are getting open and giving me chances to make the plays down the field. I give them chances to make plays. And I mean, if you look at the one to Taekwon later in the game, it wasn't necessarily the best thrown ball, but it gave him a chance. And I think that's something that I can learn from with guys like Xavier's early, is that it might not be the perfect pass that's going to be a touchdown and catch like that, but if I can throw the ball and just give him a chance to make a play, he'll make the play on it, and then he can make the play and score a touchdown from there. So being better there and giving guys chances usually works out.
So I asked you guys the question here. Mac normally handles one word. I'm going to handle one question. Is this more of Mahomes has lost his fastball, or is this more of the receivers not be able to get separation, or C, Andy Reid and play calling?
C.
Okay.
That's where I am on this one, because I think exactly. C. Like if you do C, then A and B take care of themselves, I think. That's the way that I look at it. I mean, I really do at this point in time. You're not giving your team a chance to hit the deep ball when the defense doesn't respect the run, and so they're ready for all of that. And that's up to the coach to change that narrative and to change that line of thinking. And, you know, when this whole thing started, this was new, unique, and different. There is nothing new, unique, and different about the Kansas City Chiefs on offense right now. In fact, it's old, not unique, and stale at this point in time. And so in order to kind of shake the staleness that is this offense, they've got to incorporate the running game more and become a more balanced team. You need to have that 50-50 split right now if you're the Kansas City Chiefs. And they don't have that. I mean, what are we, 13 times the other day to run the football? I don't care if you don't have Isaiah Pacheco. That's not an excuse to not run the football. And if you say, I don't have Isaiah Pacheco, then you're basically saying we effed up the offseason.
The Chiefs have struggled against man coverage for a couple seasons now. And before it was so easy. It was like, well, it's Sky Moore, it's Kadarius Toney, it's MVS. Like, what do you expect? These guys can't beat the corners when they press up against them. They're just not talented enough. They don't have enough skill. Well, that's not the case anymore. We've talked all offseason for the last and into this season once Rashee Rice is coming back. It's like, okay, they've got the depth, they've got the weapons, they've got 5 or 6 receivers that we like and trust, and that Mahomes has played with, and that can be proficient. Like, so there's no excuse at this point. Those guys are out there. This is on Andy Reid to scheme them up, get them open. We watch football all day, every Sunday, guys. Yep. Like, other guys are open. Not because they're amazing and running this awesome cut and the corner's just getting juked out of his socks. Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, LaFleur, like, name your guy. McDaniels over in Miami even. Jalen Waddle's wide open. Why isn't Rashee Rice?
I don't know the answer to that question, and those are really good points. All of those guys that you mentioned are below Andy Reid when it comes to offensive acumen.
100%.
Are they?
I will say this. This comes from the text line as they answer the question.
Wow, you're over there like, oh, Bob just said something that I don't.
That made me sad and I'm thinking about it. Yeah.
Keep those sweatpants on.
Yeah.
From the 620, well, Worthy simply just can't track a ball. From the 816, it's the throw. There was separation. From the 913, Mahomes doesn't have an accurate deep ball anymore. From the other 913, LOL, coach ain't throwing the ball, 15 is. From the 660, he's second in the league in passes over 20 air yards.
What does that mean?
Mahomes needs to give the running backs a chance. So again, like, it's interesting, man, because I wonder if there's part of that, like, golf mentality of the yips when it comes to the deep ball. Because I think 15 does have some blame here. I don't think it's all on Andy Reid.
No doubt.
Because we do this all the time with Belichick and Brady. And I didn't want to go here, but I'm going to. And we say, was it Brady, was it Tom? Was it Brady, was it Tom? Or was it Brady, was it Belichick? Was it Brady, was it Belichick? And now when Mahomes lost Tyreek Hill for a couple of years, they were fine.
Super Bowl every year since they lost him.
Right. But it wasn't because of the deep throws. It was because of a new established defense and a new ran offense. And that offense was they took away the deep pass. They had to go underneath, and it took them a few weeks to figure that out. Now defenses are letting them play man. They're giving you that play, and you're not hitting on it. So it makes me think, is the NFL more so saying he doesn't have that threat anymore, and if he does, I want to see it?
The Chiefs aren't a threat offensively to the NFL at this point in time.
Until they prove otherwise.
That's right. I mean, he talked about the deep ball. And Worthy was open on that second play of the game. Patrick Mahomes overthrew him by 4 yards.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so he was there. That was a bad ball by Mahomes. Like Mahomes hasn't thrown pretty balls this year. Nobody's going to sit here and deny that. He's made mistakes this year, but like it's a combination of everything. And I think if you're looking at legacy in all of this, the legacy that does take the biggest hit is Patrick Mahomes. Andy Reid had an established legacy well before Patrick Mahomes was born. And so Andy Reid is just continuing to build on his legacy. And his legacy got to the level of greatness because Patrick Mahomes and him were perfect together to raise it up. Andy Reid is established legacy. Patrick Mahomes is still, is he the greatest of all time? Is Tom Brady better? Is Joe Montana better? Where does Patrick Mahomes rank? Is Josh Allen better? People are still having those conversations about Patrick Mahomes. And if this team this year does not make the playoffs, they can't continue to tout they're the world's team. If you're not in the playoffs, you're not the world's team. And if Patrick Mahomes doesn't make the playoffs, they're going to look at it and go, man, at this stage of the game when Tom Brady was the quarterback in year 8, they never missed the playoffs. The only time they missed the playoffs after Tom Brady's second year was when Tom Brady didn't play and Matt Castle was the quarterback in New England, still won 11 games. So I think the hit on whether or not Patrick Mahomes is the greatest of all time, I think that takes the bigger hit than Andy Reid's. I don't think Andy Reid's legacy takes that big a hit if they don't make the playoffs this year. I do think Patrick Mahomes' legacy does.
We'll see what happens this Sunday against the Colts. I can tell you exactly what the Colts will do. So will Mac. Can they adjust to it? Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends at QC Kinetics are saying, hey, man, the holidays are coming, right? You want to be ready to go with the family. Hey, maybe you're having grandchildren over, and you want to be able to play with them this holiday season. Or maybe the weather's going to be pretty good this weekend. Maybe you want to get out there and play some golf. Or maybe you're just looking forward to walking up the stairs and going to bed, but you're not able to do any of that because you have pain in your joints. But relief is closer than you think, and it doesn't have to come from a scalpel. It could come from you. QC Kinetics taps into your body's own regenerative power using natural healing factors that help restore and repair that damaged tissue by reducing inflammation and relieving pain at its source. It's not science fiction. It's your body's comeback story powered by the very cells that built you in the first place. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery, just your body remembering how to feel alive again. Don't mask the pain. Let QC Kinetics regain what the pain took away. And for Veterans Day, QC Kinetics is giving back. Veterans will get $500 off their treatment, and every non-vet who starts care, QC will give $500 to the Wounded Warrior Project. So schedule your appointments now. They're available on Saturday as well. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, it's QC Kinetics.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens. Let me tell you about my friends over at GiveMeTheVin.com because I'm sure you've got a car that you're trying to get rid of. Well, I can tell you how to do it easily with GiveMeTheVin.com because they want to buy your car, whether it is your daily driver pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. So say goodbye to dealing with all those dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with a hassle-free online option to sell your car for more. It's as simple as going to GiveMeTheVin.com and entering your car's VIN number or license plate number. You'll get an offer on your car in minutes. That is way above any dealer quote. You can go to one of their pickup locations or they'll even come to you. It's as easy and it's fast. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer. Hit it, boys.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest, the last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers?
eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
This is the story of the one. As a custodial supervisor at a high school, he knows that during cold and flu season, germs spread fast. It's why he partners with Grainger to stay fully stocked on the products and supplies he needs, from tissues to disinfectants to floor scrubbers. All so that he can help students, staff, and teachers stay healthy and focused. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, president of Leaf Filter, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Try a first TD score wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side 70 westbound heading out of Blue Springs. A big mess this morning with an accident before 470. Just the left lane getting by, off again, on again, crawling as you make your way really from Adams Dairy Parkway. Now a lot of stopping and waiting in through there. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Diving right back into it on a Thursday. Nate Taylor in about 5 minutes will join us here. ESPN's own Nate Taylor here on Fescoe and Dusty as we get to rehash what was yesterday. Some news yesterday that was announced. First start of his career, Shedeur Sanders. By the way, Vegas on certain betting places can give you specifically
odds on Shedeur. Yeah, I got an email about that yesterday. Included, will Andy Reid retire odds? Will Travis Kelce retire odds? And then all these Shedeur Sanders odds. I'm like, oh, here we go. Chiefs are 5-5, so everybody's retiring now. We've got odds out on that. And then Shedeur Sanders is in play.
Against the Vegas Raiders, which throw all the winter horse analogies out there with the two finger, like he was going to be a Raider, that he wasn't a Raider, then his first career starts against the Raiders, and they don't like Geno Smith, and the Browns don't like Shedeur Sanders.
Was he going to be a Raider, though, or was that just somebody making stuff up to try to get him drafted?
Well, I believe that was one of the teams that Dion said would be okay if Shedeur went to, because he needed Dad's approval, even though the draft
How's it going for Dion right now in Colorado?
He said they got the right man. He said, I'm here to change it. You got the right man. That's what he said yesterday.
Yeah. You know who the right man is? Myself.
Yeah.
This guy walked in 2 years ago and was a total jerk to everyone, right? The media, the players. Dion.
Oh.
Yeah. Total jerk to everyone, right? Getting rid of all these players. You're no good for Colorado. Ripping the media. You're not on our side and all this kind of stuff. And now you need all these people on your side. You're like, hey, we got the right man. Just give me a chance. Why should anybody in Colorado give Deion Sanders a chance after he came in and was a total jerk to everybody at that university, kids included?
So I see it a different way. I don't know if he was a jerk, because I think the video you're alluding to is he's like, hey, you better hit the transfer portal, because he had kids coming from Jackson State. He was telling them that they could get an advantage to go. I'm just playing other side. That they have an advantage now. Like, hey, like if you don't think you're going to play here or you don't want to play here, I would hit the portal, because that's what you can do, and you can go make yourself somewhere else. And he did that. And then all his people from Jackson State came to Colorado with him, including his son and Travis Hunter. And I think he was just kind of giving them like a little bit of a heads up, like, hey, here's the deal. Like, I'm bringing my guys in. This is what college football is. But that doesn't mean you're out. That means you have an out to go somewhere else.
See, I don't think it was like that at all. The way that I remember it being is like he came in and told all these guys they were no good, and they, you're a 2-8 football team. You're no good. I'm coming in. You need to get your ass out of here. I mean, I think 60 Minutes and whatnot even did like a story interviewing those guys that were kind of kicked out, if you will, of Colorado once Deion came in. They said it was brutal the way that he came in. And then I remember him battling with the media all the time too. I mean, don't fight with people who have a microphone or buy the ink by the barrel. I mean, you're never going to win that battle in sports. And it was cool for a little bit. You had some fun out there. And look, I sound like a hypocrite in all this, because Deion got me back into watching college football again. And for that, I'm forever grateful. But you can't come in like a bull in a china shop out there and tell everybody they suck and they've been doing everything wrong and you better be with us, and they're banning media members and all this kind of stuff when you're like 8-4 and now you're 3-7 and people are talking about firing you and moving on. You're like, hey, I just need another chance. I am the right guy for this job. Please give me that opportunity. Why should anybody give Deion Sanders an opportunity when he came into Colorado? He didn't give anybody else an opportunity, and now he wants the opportunity? Yeah, kiss my ass, Deion.
I think you give both sides opportunity. You have an opportunity to transfer. You have an opportunity to fight for your right to be a player on this team and outbeat somebody maybe from Jackson State. So, I mean, you never know.
Fighting for your right, baby.
Yeah.
By the way, you know how this show always seems to be full circle. Somebody from the 816 says, I had to return something to Hy-Vee's customer service the other day, and there was a grocery order sitting there that said Jay Binkley, and you better believe it, it was beer and a Jack's Pizza.
I don't even know if I can go on the rest of the day.
There's juice all over the place.
Did it need to say Jay Binkley's name on that order? I mean,
if you like order like Chipotle to go, your name might.
I know, but like who else is getting beer and a Jack's? Like, we know that's for Jay. Like, you leave cookies out for Santa. You don't say for Santa. Like, he just knows. Binkley, Ivy knows they got beer and a frozen pizza. It's Jay Binkley.
That's great.
My God.
I really hope that story's true.
I do. Please, can we call Jay? Can you get Jay on the line?
No, we got Nate Taylor on the line.
I'd rather talk to Jay about the pizza.
One thing that the Indianapolis...
Was it a Supreme?
No, it's a meat.
You think it's a meat lovers? No chance there's vegetables on that pizza, right?
No, it's definitely like the meat trio Jack's.
Is it the rising crust?
Jack's doesn't have rising crust.
Oh.
They're just that thin cracker that's a delicious za.
Is Jack's like the $1.99?
You better believe it.
Yeah.
It's like the 3 for $9.
Yeah.
Speaking of Jack's Pizza, it gets the job done even though it doesn't wow you. It's kind of like Daniel Jones. One thing that the Colts are going to do, and we'll ask Nate Taylor about this as soon as he's on the show, that's what they're going to do. They're going to run play action. They run play action more than any other team in the league, is what Daniel Jones has been successful with, because he's got that anchor back there named Jonathan Taylor. According to NFL Pro, and this comes from Daniel Harms, the Chiefs have allowed a league-high 81.2% completion percentage against play action this season, as well as the second most yards per attempt at 11. The Colts are going to run play action, and that's how they're going to use Daniel Jones. And we'll talk to Nate Taylor about that question.
He's the only man in history to win a race in a hot dog costume and break national NFL news.
It's baby Ralphie.
Here's Nate Taylor from ESPN with Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
That's right. Chiefs are 5-5. It's week 12, and it's time to get going with Mr. Nate Taylor. Right? I think I set you up pretty well there, Nate. We're going to see a lot of play action, aren't we, against this Colts team?
Yeah, no doubt. And you can honestly say that it's even more terrifying when you pair a pretty good combination of running back and tight end, right? You have Jonathan Taylor, so you know where your keys are. You know you got to fill those running game, those running lanes, I should say. And then you got Tyler Warren over the top. So a lot of times the Chiefs linebackers, and I think statistically why this is happening is the linebackers are, as we all know, more effective going forward than, dropping into zone coverage.
Mm-hmm.
The issue, though, is it puts a lot of space for the secondaries, especially the safeties, to try to figure out where the tight end's going and where you can sort of counterattack these things. That's why, before the bye week, we saw the Bills really sort of lean heavily into that, right? Where it's like, hey, we have James Cook. We know our quarterback is, obviously more mobile than Daniel Jones, but Daniel Jones can run around here and there. And, oh, by the way, like the Bills had two tight ends, Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid, that they could use and sort of manipulate on those early, those early runs, those early first down plays where it's like, hey, we're just trying to show you. We're just trying to get 4 yards. We're just trying to get 4. Oh, there goes the ball for, a chunk gain. So this is the issue, right? The Chiefs have to get a lead, I think, fairly quickly against the Colts so that the Colts can't just dictate to the Chiefs defense in a way that we know has been an issue this season.
All right, let's talk about the word predictability. It was used by Derek Johnson. It was used by Chris Jones. It was used by some cat in Buffalo a couple of weeks ago. I was watching the game at a Justin Reed fundraiser. He was kind of calling out things that the Chiefs were going to do from an offensive standpoint, defensive standpoint. How do they become less predictable?
Get your behind under Creed Humphrey. That's the easiest way to do it. And there was something that I realized, and I don't know if Justin Reed said this, even though I have, a ton of love and respect for him. The Chiefs have actually gotten to a place, I believe, where there are too many options for the coaching staff, right? There's so much that, schematically they can do that it's actually not being helpful for them. It's actually being harmful.
Mm-hmm.
And my belief, my suggestion is that they should get back to 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, 1 running back, whether that's Kareem Hunt or Isaiah Pacheco, who's on track to play on Sunday. And that way you can't be as predictable in terms of like, well, we know they're going to try to get to 3 tight ends so that they can make the appearance that they're running the football. They're not really running the football, right? Or, hey, let's spread everybody out and we'll do an RPO. It's not really an RPO. We know they want to pass the ball.
Right.
That's why no one sort of respects the idea of, hey, the run game looks anything similar to the passing game. And again, everybody's got a computer. Everybody can punch the numbers and see that you guys passed the ball at a unreasonable rate, even though you have an effective running back, at least these last 2 weeks with Kareem Hunt, where it's like, hey, Kareem Hunt can get you 4 or 5 yards. That can keep you on schedule, but they just choose not to do it because, there's so many cool things. We could have, Rashee Rice in the backfield. We could have, Robert Tonyan out there running routes, but it's like, how beneficial is that?
Mm-hmm.
They have done a lot of things where it's like, hey, we can, on that 3rd and 1 play, and I know people are like, just hand the ball to Kareem. And you're right, ladies and gentlemen. But, of course we got to motion Rashee Rice into the backfield. And, of course, we've got to do some, spinny play action that, the Broncos do not respect at all. And, but look, there's Xavier Worthy. He's right in the flat. Just give him the ball. And you're just like, well, no, they have good pass rushers. Those things kind of take time to develop. Whereas if you get under center, and again, if everyone has a computer, you can plug in the numbers. When they get under center, that is when they're most effective running the football, and then you can build off play action. Then you can do rollouts. Then you can do naked bootleg if that's your prerogative. And you can put that 3rd linebacker on the field, and we know this. We have a decade of evidence. You get in 2 tight ends, Kelsey can beat that either third safety or that third linebacker. What the Bills and the Broncos showed you is we don't want to put a third linebacker out there. We actually want to put as many DBs out on the field as possible because we know you're going to put, 4, sometimes, Kareem Hunt split out wide. And again, we don't respect anything that you're doing. So therefore, it becomes very easy for us to, put as many bodies out there to coverage in letting our 4-man pass rush get there because Mahomes is going to have to hold the ball more than he's sort of used to over the early part of the season. I know that's a lot to digest, fellas, but again, get in under center, use 2 tight ends, use 2 receivers, 1 running back. All of a sudden now you can sort of mix and match your looks when it comes to running and passing the football.
Why does Andy Reid refuse to do that, though, Nate?
Because it's not fun.
I know, and that's you're 100% right. That's the answer. And my follow-up is I don't care. I'm not here to have fun anymore. I'm here to win games.
Yeah, it'd be nice, right? This is also an understanding that, you should probably use your number 1 receiver as a number 1 receiver for the duration of the game, right? It's unfortunate that Rashee Rice had his worst half of the season in the first half. You still got to use him. And because you're trying to do maybe things that are more exotic or more complex or harder than it has to be, what we watched in the second half of that game, and I know the coaching staff probably knows this, but Mahomes didn't feel super comfortable, and so he defaulted to, where I'm throwing the ball? 87 every time. I'm not getting anybody else involved. No one had 2 or more targets in the second half. It was just, hey, if we got to do these RPOs, if I got to be in shotgun, if we got to come from behind, I want to rely heavily on Travis Kelce, which is insane because we know they have a much more talented offensive roster this year than last year. So you gotta swallow some pride. You gotta let some of that ego go. And again, when the coaching staff had restrictions last year, I felt they did a masterful job of understanding who the team was, what it would take to win, and hey, we are actually going to shift our offense to our players because we don't have that many players. So we might as well do the things that they're doing their best at, and we should lean on that because we have such a good quarterback. It's one of the strangest things, guys, because they have 4 talented receivers. They have just decided that, hey, man, nothing else matters. So we can just air this thing out. We can do RPOs. We can do all these creative things. And they did scheme it up in the first drive, right? To where you got a wide open Xavier Worthy, you got a wide open Travis Kelce, or Tyquan Thornton beating the DB deep down the field. Well, if your quarterback can't make those throws, okay, it happens. He's human. You got to get back to doing something else. So it's been hard for the coaching staff to adjust, I feel like, because they have more options than they're used to having over the last 2 to 3 years.
Talking to Nate Taylor of ESPN. Nate, I asked you this question when they played Buffalo. I was scared to death of Dalton Kincaid. This game, I am scared to death of Tyler Warren. Nate?
Godspeed. Godspeed.
I know, man. I know.
Look, this is also an issue too, right?
Yeah.
Steve Spagnuolo is not immune to making some questionable decisions.
He's predictable too.
I thought that this season really came down to, man, okay, if you want to use Chamari Conner as more of a traditional safety, good. That's his natural position. Play him there. He does not need to be the nickel. Okay, you got Trent McDuffie, you got Noah Williams, you got Jalen Watson. Where in the world is Jaden Hicks? That was supposed to be your person, kind of like Justin Reed a couple years ago, where you said, hey, if they have a tight end, this is our matchup. We feel most comfortable with saying, hey, you know what? I love you, Leo Chenal, or I love you, Drew Tranquil, but we got to get this young kid on the field because he's athletic enough to do it. Now, I know somebody's probably saying this, so I'm going to say it as well. In the first couple of weeks of the season, you could tell Jaden Hicks was struggling, particularly in man-to-man coverage against tight ends. Maybe the game was spinning. Okay, guys, it's week 12. Let's acknowledge that Jaden Hicks should probably be on the field more than he is. and that he's the most athletic DB capable of maybe making things difficult for a tight end as good as Tyler Warren. Outside of that, blitz. I don't care what the numbers say. You're Steve Spagnuolo. We know that the 4-man pass rush is wildly performing. Even though Chris Jones had a good game on Sunday, even though George Karlaftis had moments Sunday against the Broncos, 3rd and 15 kind of, reaffirm that, like, yeah, man, you think that, like, me not blitzing is me being unpredictable. Well, you didn't get pressure. So let's ratchet it up. I don't care what the stats say. The only way Daniel Jones doesn't get the ball to Tyler Warren is if he's under pressure quickly. So you know what that means? Use the crowd. Use Chris Jones as a starting block because you know how the pass protection is going to go for the other team, and go after the quarterback. There's no excuses now for the Chiefs not to play Jaden Higgs, and there's no excuses for the Chiefs to say, hey, yes, we don't give up a ton of explosive plays, but when it's time to get off the field, man, just tell the quarterback, you better find a solution in 2 seconds because we're coming.
No doubt.
We're blitzing 6 to 7 people sometimes because early in the year, and I think this is odd too, early in the year, Steve Spagnuolo actually did a great job of saying, you know what? I don't care that that's Jalen Hurts, who's a veteran quarterback. I don't care that that's Lamar Jackson, who's an MVP, capable player. Zero pressure. Find the solution. We are blitzing you to the highest degree because it's a lot easier for us to put us on the aggressor instead of, again, playing pass coverage and knowing that, like, I don't have, like, the greatest secondary behind me. So he used a lot of cover zero blitz early in the year to his success. He has not done that over the last 2 weeks because he's given, in some ways, too much respect to Bo Nix and Josh Allen. It's wild.
Do you think that Andy Reid changes this week and adjusts and listens and makes this team do the things that it can be successful at doing, which is A, running the football, and B, not being so predictable? Do you think we will see a change from the head coach, or do you think we're going to see the same old RPO type stuff that isn't interesting, unique, or working anymore?
I asked Andy Reid this yesterday, and anyone who has time, go look this up. I said, Coach, how much can you really change the scheme during the course of the regular season? Because historically, his teams have always gotten better from September to November.
Right.
Can you change? And I specifically said, look, man, it looks like you guys are pretty good under center. He said no. His answer was, Nate, stop.
But that's a bad answer, Nate. That's a bad answer, and that's concerning. It's a concerning answer too.
Correct. And then he did this multiple times yesterday, so it's just not my question. But then he said, Nate, he put his index finger and his thumb, and we're like, we're this close, Nate. We just got to clean up some of the little things. And I guess, but that doesn't give me confidence that, like, we're going to see a radical change.
Yeah, the little things,
Sunday.
But the little things are coaching, man. Like the penalties, that's a direct reflection of coaching because as Ben Maller said this morning, he says, you're either coaching it out or you're allowing it to happen.
Correct. Yep, there's no way around it. And, you have the decision to say, okay, if he's making too many penalties, I got to go elsewhere. I got to make an example out of someone to say, look, there is jeopardy if you can't be consistent or if you make the same mistakes twice, 3 times, 4 times. So, yeah, all that's in his control. He has a quarterback that we all know is beyond the galaxy. But Patrick Mahomes is also human. So when he feels like he might have to do more than is usually asked of him, or he's not totally in rhythm or completely comfortable, well, that's where you get a horrific interception in the red zone when you had a chance to take the lead and to start to put pressure back on the Denver Broncos. So all these things are connected. Yes, every little thing matters here, but I'm not super duper confident that all of a sudden they're going to strip down some of their offensive possibilities. And so I just want people to understand that, like, hey, when Rashee Rice, which the Chiefs have told us is their best receiver, is in the backfield, just know this is their offense. And if they choose to go down this path, man, their quarterback, he's going to have to do the Lord's work. And he can do it, but there's other ways to succeed. And whether Andy Reid chooses that, whether Andy Reid chooses that or not, will essentially dictate how the rest of this 7-game season goes.
Nate, I want to give a gift to the text line because I have the same kind of question because you mentioned Jaden Hicks. Where's Noel Williams?
Oh, yeah. Well, we had a whole bye week, and, we've been playing for 10 weeks now. And, we couldn't get him off our salary cap because no one wanted to trade for him because everybody knows that, if we're not going to play him, there's clearly something wrong. So, what we should do? We should play Christian Fulton. And you know what? We should put him on an island, even though he hasn't covered anybody for 2 months. We should do that instead of, stagnating the development of, a young player that we know empirically is good. Just, again, wild decisions. I don't understand it where, it's okay, well, he's a veteran and we did give him this money that we can't take away. But Steve Spagnuolo, you've actively chosen not to play this man for 2 months. Now you want to play him? The question to that question on the text line, and I want somebody to really think about this. Does Steve Spagnuolo know who his best 11 players are? Because I don't think he does. I think he's still searching and tinkering and experimenting. And I look at the calendar, and it's time to stop doing that. It's time to play Jaden Hicks. It's time to play Noel Williams. You got Watson and McDuffie as your corners. You got Brian Cook and, Tramari Connor as your traditional safeties. Cut the crap. Hell, play Leo Chenal at the edge if you have to. Obviously he's your spy man, but there are times where we've seen this the last 2 games. I mean, it's contributed to their 2 losses. Does Steve Spagnuolo know who his best 11 are? Because he's still searching for it, it seems like. In nickel, he's still searching for it in dime. And it's hey, man, it's almost Thanksgiving. Let's get some continuity. Let's get the unit gelling in a certain way instead of just plugging guys in and out of the lineup to where the moment Bo Nix saw Christian Fulton on the field, he said, "Ooh, yes, that guy."
Right.
Let's test him out.
Mm-hmm. Well, Nate, we appreciate the time. We talked to Nate Taylor here today on ESPN's Nate Taylor here on 96 The Fan. Hey, we'll talk to you in 2 weeks. You enjoy the Thanksgiving holiday with your family, my man.
Yes, you too as well. And man, can you imagine if things don't go well in Dallas on Thanksgiving Day in a lot of our family's households? Oh, buddy. Oh, God.
Be going to bed early that night.
Godspeed, boys. Get some wins.
You as
yes,
well.
Sir. Take care, Nate.
Take care, guys.
That's Nate Taylor on the other side. Coming up on the other side, name the most irrelevant franchise. Bill Simmons did. We will as well on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Creed Humphrey, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens, and that cool weather's moving in, that hot weather's moving out, but keep it hot in the bedroom. And if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction, just remember that ED is nothing more than a medical condition. Studies show that around 50% of men over the age of 50 have some form of the condition, and young men can be affected by ED as well. But what you may not know is that ED stems from a variety of causes, and these often call for differing treatment strategies. And that's what Heartland Men's Health does. Heartland Men's Health treatments work when the pills or the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider and a T and PSA test. And if medically advised, a test dose. And if the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you are like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas; Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit; and in North Kansas City. So call my friends at Heartland Men's Health today at 844-447-6600 or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
Hey, Zach, Are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbor's attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun. I'm switching.
Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet.
And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
You think you understand how this business works, but you don't.
Landman, TV's biggest phenomenon, returns to Paramount Plus. From Taylor Sheridan, co-creator of Yellowstone, starring Billy Bob Thornton.
You have to know the rules of the game and bend them. And you really have to know them to break them.
Demi Moore.
I want success. Get it for me.
Andy Garcia, Ali Larter, and Sam Elliott.
You don't even know the game you're playing, do you?
Landman, new season, now streaming. Only on Paramount Plus.
It's about time pros had one partner for every part of the job. Simple ordering, fast delivery, continuous support, all from one partner. The Home Depot delivers supplies on your schedule. Our pro team helps you plan ahead so projects run smoother. And with Pro Extra benefits, you can simplify ordering, track spending, and save time every step of the way. Because with one partner, you get more than materials, you keep your job moving. The Home Depot Pro. It's about time.
The guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, president of Leaf Filter, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Uh-oh. Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have Leaf Filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/deal to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/deal. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/deal. See representative for warranty details.
What's up, Missouri? Tony Gonzalez here. I've spent a lot of Sundays right here playing in front of the best fans in football. And now it's almost your turn to get in the game because DraftKings Sportsbook is coming to the Show Me State on December 1st. Soon you'll get fast payouts when you win, a safe and secure app that's easy to use, and promos that keep the action going all season long. It's America's top-rated sportsbook app. New customers can sign up right now and score $300 in bonus bets on launch day, December 1st.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 965. New Missouri customers, sign up today and score $300 in bonus bets once we're live. That's code 965. In partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Subject to regulatory licensing requirements. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. Call 913-768-7676 or ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com. Blue Springs into town 70 westbound. You hit some slowdowns around Adamsbury Parkway with construction. Moves better at 7 Highway. You get over towards 470. Bogs down again with an earlier accident. Past that, off again, on again, slowdowns to 40 Highway. Connolly Plumbing Solutions, your neighborhood plumber. They have been in business since 2012, offering residential service and project work, like commercial and router service. Visit ConnollyPlumbingSolutions.com to schedule. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Shout out Nate Taylor of ESPN for being a real one. That was a great interview.
Really good interview with Nate Taylor. If you didn't miss it, as the text line, what did they say? Man, Nate sounds mad.
Somebody says, Nate sounds pissed.
Yeah, I don't blame him. I think we all are at this point in time. I mean, when Andy Reid's sitting there and he's going like this, we're this close. No, you're not. And if you believe that you're this close, then we're screwed. Because you're not this close.
Because I can tell you you're 0-5 when you're this close.
That's right. Yeah, that's exactly right. Like, you're not this close. You're not doing the things that are necessary to win a football game. And it starts with the coaching, the mistakes, the penalties, the turnovers. Again, Ben Maller, you can coach it out or you allow it to happen. It's one or the other. It's one or the other. You either coach it out or you're allowing it to happen. And with the way that this team has been a habitual penalty-filled organization over the last year, well, you're allowing it to happen. There's no repercussions for this kind of stuff, right? And you can't allow it to happen. You know, benchings need to happen. You know, not playing guys at the beginning of the game. You think that's some high school stuff, but, you know, they did that to Abdul Carter in New York, who was allegedly sleeping. Then it was red light therapy. Then it was sleeping and then sleeping through the red light, whatever it was. They benched him, and he had one of his best games. He came out after the benching, didn't miss another play, and played really well in that game.
Same with CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens.
It happens. Like sometimes it's okay, as Mitch always says, to put the hammer down, right? And sometimes you have to hold those guys responsible. But I don't want to hear we're this close, because you're not.
Well, the way they handle it is they just take you out of the game and let you stew on it the entire game. Juju Smith-Schuster, 2 holding calls early in the first quarter. Never saw him again.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one of your valuable pieces. Now, maybe he wasn't getting any action from Mahomes, and he was out there on the field, obviously. But, I mean, it's just still, like, incorporate him. How come it happens for some athletes who drop or fumble balls, and then you go right to them immediately? Why is that not consistent? You know, Juju Smith-Schuster, 2 holding calls. Hey, we're going to run a 12-yard route for Juju and get you back into the game in confidence. Didn't happen. Bill Simmons said yesterday he proclaims that the Columbus Blue Jackets, I didn't even know that was a team, so he's right, is the most irrelevant franchise in professional sports. Is that a hockey team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
And then, of course, Columbus Blue Jackets people are in the comments or on his Spotify podcast. Really, Bill? Come on, man.
Somebody said the Columbus Blue Jackets said we tried to read this on Grantland but hit a 404 error or whatever that website was that he had, which was a really funny retort. But it is true. I mean, like teams like the Columbus Blue Jackets are totally irrelevant. I've had this conversation with people all the time. Like I think the Orlando Magic are the most irrelevant franchise in my opinion. Have you ever met a Magic fan? Have you ever met a Blue Jacket fan?
No.
Have you ever? I mean, like some of these teams that are out there right now, you can do away with half of them. Like we're talking about expanding the NFL. We don't have enough quarterbacks to fill 30 teams, let alone 32 or 40 teams. You know, in the NFL right now, there are so many irrelevant. Like I know the Florida Panthers have won Stanley Cups. What the hell are they about? I mean, nobody knows anything about the Brooklyn Nets at this point
Nets
in time.
are irrelevant. Yes,
totally irrelevant franchise. I mean, you look at the Arizona Cardinals are an irrelevant franchise, but they're in the NFL, and so you know you get the boost of being in that league. But I always thought the Orlando Magic, like the Tampa Bay Rays, you know, Texas Rangers are another. Like, you know, a Ranger fan other than our old boss Hanson. Like, who the hell else roots for the Rangers?
Yeah, Sacramento Kings are a big one for me.
Yeah, that's
not been relevant at all in my lifetime.
Mine would be the Miami Marlins.
Yeah.
That's my most irrelevant franchise. I mean, can you name 5 players on the Miami? Can you name 3 players in the Miami Marlins?
No.
The only reason the Marlins are relevant is during the playoffs when Marlins Man is in the stadium.
Yeah.
That's the only time the Marlins are brought up.
He's kept that franchise
Yes.
more relevant than that franchise has kept it. You're not joking about
No,
that.
as a young non-baseball fan, the only reason I even know, like, growing up the Marlins was Marlins Man.
Yeah, like he's done more to market that team than that team has done.
100%.
And yeah, that's bizarre that you know about a team because of a fan more than you know about a team because of the team itself, right?
It's like Dan Le Batard probably 3 or 4 times a year will say on his show, like, why are we talking about this team?
Yeah.
Like, I remember it was a couple years back. He sent one of his guys to the opening day at the Marlins game. It was the first pitch of the season. The Marlins gave a home run, and the guy was on the phone during the show at that time.
That's awesome.
In the crowd, literally first pitch of the season.
And gone.
Pitcher for the Marlins gives a home run. He's like, I don't know what we're doing here. It's like one of those perfect stars align. So
That's great.
Yeah, I've got the you got the Orlando Magic. By the way, did you see what they did this year? Obviously, we knew this a couple months ago. We talked about it a little bit. They went back to the retro uniforms.
And it'll look good.
It's awesome,
Yeah.
dude. It's so great. And the court's that 90s Magic court
Love
with like
it.
the star basketball and all that. It looks like Planet Hollywood back in the day. And the jerseys are the pinstripe. That looks like the Mentos commercial where the guy has a black suit, but he wants to change it, so he rolls on the white bench to get the stripes. I love those jerseys. I loved Penny Hardaway and Shaq and Horace Grant and all those guys. I think it was Byron Scott that was on
and
the
how
team.
long ago was that now?
Probably
30 years ago.
93.
Yeah, 30-plus years ago, the last time they were relevant.
93, 94. I think that's when they were there.
But Ben Maller said the Winnipeg Jets, which I thought was a really good
that's a good
pull.
answer.
I thought that was a really good pull, the Winnipeg Jets. That's a good one.
Who is in the NFL? Is it the Titans?
No, I think it's the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh, that's a good, that's a good one.
I really do. I
Or
think
the
they're the most
Jets.
irrelevant. No, that's still the New York market. People talk about the Jets all the time. Yeah, no, the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, if they left the NFL today, you wouldn't even know that they were gone.
Never heard of him.
Who's yours, Mac?
Yeah, I said the Kings
sorry.
for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Kings.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's another hockey team out there.
I know,
like
there's
the,
some hockey
the Utah
teams.
Mammoth or something like. Aren't they the Mammoth now or the Yeti or whatever they are in Salt Lake City?
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, kind of irrelevant
That's
out
true.
there, and
Can't
you
even
know,
remember the names. So that's
obviously, there's irrelevant MLS teams. There's irrelevant teams in every single sport, and the NFL just prevents these teams from becoming too irrelevant because of the way that the league is all for one and one for all. Maybe baseball should think about that, and you wouldn't have so many irrelevant Cincinnati Red teams or Tampa Bay teams or things of that nature.
Somebody says, come on, man. AJ Hawk's brother-in-law plays for the Blue Jackets.
Seriously?
Text line's always right. Somebody says the Utah Mammoths, Carolina Panthers.
Yeah.
Hey, Carolina Panthers 6-5 this year, man. They got a better record than the Chiefs.
But that's kind of an irrelevant franchise. Yeah.
Still new.
Yeah. Jacksonville. I mean, that is an irrelevant franchise.
Yeah. I mean, still got that pool out there.
You know a Jaguars fan? You ever met a Jags fan?
Never.
Never.
Coming up on the other side, the era that the Chiefs currently live in on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Chris Jones, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you, my friends over at QC Kinetics are saying, hey, it's time for you to enjoy the holidays without pain, right? You don't want to go through the Thanksgiving and Christmas time and the New Year in pain. You want to be able to participate in everything, hanging out with the family, doing all the great activities that come along with the holidays. Well, if you have joint pain, you may think to yourself, I can't. But with QC Kinetics, you're going to start thinking about you can, because relief is closer than you think, and it doesn't have to come from a scalpel. It could come from you. QC Kinetics will tap into your body's own regenerative power using those natural healing factors that help and restore and repair damaged tissue, reducing inflammation and relieving pain at its source. It's your body's comeback story powered by the very cells that built you in the first place. And there's no surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery, just your body remembering how to feel alive again. That's the freedom QC Kinetics help people rediscover every single day, regain what the pain took away. And for Veterans Day, QC is giving back to our heroes. Vets will get $500 off their treatments, and for every non-vet who starts care, QC will donate $500 to the Wounded Warrior Project. It's a great time to book your free consultation. They have appointments available on Saturday, so call QC Kinetics today, 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, it's QC Kinetics.
You know, there's millions of people without the health insurance they need. I get it. You feel like it's too pricey, a headache to deal with. You deserve something better. And better health. We're on a mission to get everyone high-quality, affordable health insurance. You have health insurance needs. We have plans with low out-of-pocket premiums, with in-network preventive care at no cost to you, and a network of local doctors and hospitals. So if you're still shopping for health insurance, go to ambetterhealth.com/enroll to get your free, no-obligation quote. That's ambetterhealth.com/enroll. For coverage to start January 1st, you must enroll by December 15th. Find the plan that's right for you right now. ambetterhealth.com/enroll. Ambetter Health, on a mission for better. Ambetter Health is the brand name for health insurance products underwritten by subsidiaries of Centene Corporation. Go to ambetterhealth.com to see offerings in your state. This is a solicitation for insurance.
This holiday season, give your family, clients, and coworkers the gift of Booth Creek Wagyu beef. Booth Creek Wagyu gift boxes provide the world's best steaks, burgers, hot dogs, jerky, sausages, and seasonings that are changing the way America eats beef. Choose from mouth-watering options like the classic sirloin box for less than $100, or go big with the amazing Grill Masters Reserve box. Order yours today at boothcreekwagyu.com or visit one of their 2 convenient locations at 95th and Knoll or 135th Street in Metcalf.
Numerous brands to choose from, endless options, one incredible experience. At Aristocrat Motors, we treat every driver like royalty and offer the finest luxury vehicle experience in Kansas City. Come see us today and let us roll out the red carpet for you.
This holiday season, Target has your back with irresistibly cool gifts for everyone on your list. For the trendsetter, start with affordable beauty kits and gift sets. Need something the whole fam will love? Grab snuggly matching fits in every size and style. And for the thrill seekers, don't forget the hottest toys and tech of the season. Target's got you covered with the best deals for endless fun. Shop in store or online, and step into the holidays with Target. Restrictions apply.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. Choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
70 westbound still heavy from Little Blue Parkway in past Lee's Summit Road with earlier problems. 35 northbound heavy crossing the state line. Stay sluggish up towards Penway with construction. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
What's up, KC? It's Drew Tranquil. Tune in on game days to hear the play-by-play with Mitch, Danon, and Kling on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Welcome back into a 9 o'clock hour. Coming in about 10 minutes, we'll get to the Golden Locks. Got a big game tonight that I am going to hammer 2 things. Khalil Shakir touchdown, because he just gave birth to a kid, and the under in this game, because the Texans defense is good. I can see this being a Thursday night slot fest. We are rooting for Buffalo if you're wanting the playoff chances to become more relevant for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. You got to root for them Bills.
Got to root for the Bills.
I just think this is going to be one of those like Thursday night games, right, where it's kind of like the weather outside. Bland, bleak, depressing. It's going to be one of those, I think, somewhere around, I think the over-under is 43.5. We'll get Alex's take on this as well, where I think the Bills are going to do what they can to survive. It is Davis Mills versus Josh Allen. It is Houston versus Buffalo. Buffalo on the road on Thursday night. These games get goofy. Mm-hmm. Buffalo, I believe, is a 6 to 6.5 point favorite, depending on where you get your Vegas line. And the over-under that I saw was 43.5. So we'll see what happens tonight as Thursday Night Football returns. Dalton Kincaid is not playing for the Bills tonight versus the Texans. That's an advantage for Houston. But again, number 17 is still the quarterback for the Buffalo Bills.
And look, and Houston has the best defense in the NFL, too. So they can go out there and win this game and beat Buffalo. And if they do that, it just makes the Chiefs' road to the postseason that much more difficult tonight. So, yeah, you're right, Dusty. We need to be the biggest Buffalo Bills fans this side of Buffalo tonight.
And we're all Tennessee Titans fans on Saturday.
Who do they have?
The Florida Gators.
We got
the rivalry. It's at Rocky Top, 6:30.
Big game.
6:30 Saturday
night. Will it be
night.
Lane Kiffin's last non-Florida game? I don't know what I'm saying. How about that battle? Tennessee Tennessee versus Florida, the former Kiffins versus the future Kiffins, potentially,
That's
right? We got to get from our corrections department. We make mistakes on this show, right?
Oh, we do.
We do. Every once in a while, we make a mistake.
I make them like every segment.
Constantly, we make mistakes. Jay Binkley does not get frozen pizzas from Hy-Vee. He's responded. He does not. He orders pizzas from the pizzerias. He does not do the frozen. He does fresh za. So he said these people on the text line are making it up. He's never had a Jack's Pizza before from Hy-Vee. So I don't know.
That's false.
Yeah.
Cap City.
Yeah,
that's a big time
I
cap.
am not buying that at all. There's no chance that Jay Binkley has never had a frozen Jack's Pizza. And he said they're making it up. He says the text line is lying and making it up. He did not order beer and frozen pizza. You know what? I hate to be with you, man. The evidence points to that you did.
Yeah, OJ's innocent.
Yeah, right. Like Jay Binkley didn't order pizza and beer from Hy-Vee.
Hey, well, I did on Tuesday.
Yeah, right.
You said Wednesday, Bob.
Yeah.
I have 2 Jack's Pizzas in my freezer at home. Binkley for sure has Jack's Pizzas in his freezer.
This is a man whose prized possession was an effing pizza cutter, guys. I mean, we're not talking about somebody who valued the ladle. We're talking about somebody who's valuing the pizza cutter. So if you're not getting Jack's Pizza, what do you need the pizza cutter for? Because quite honestly, if you order it from the pizza shop, right, or wherever you go, and they deliver your pizza, whether it's a chain, whether it's a local, it's cut.
Well,
right? Have you, very rarely, unless your friends running the pizza place and they send you the pizza to troll you and don't cut it, have you ever received a pizza from a pizza restaurant, a pizza parlor, that you never had cut? Just slap down the whole pie. So I'm not buying what Binkley's selling. Maybe he's getting the Screaming Sicilians, which are awesome. He's definitely getting frozen pizza at Hy-Vee.
Yeah, come on.
You know what, guys? This guy.
College football coverage on 96.5 The Fan, Binkley, Tennessee, Florida, is brought to you by Bud Light. Woo. Bud Light and Tanners are teaming up to make every college game day legendary. Every Saturday, rep your college team, catch every play, and enjoy $15 buckets only at Kansas area Tanners locations. Bud Light and Tanners from the stands to the bar, your game day headquarters. Also, Mizzou has a big one. They play Oklahoma this week. They can play spoiler. Good play spoiler in Columbia.
Big one for Oklahoma, right? You lose. Are you still in? Like, are we at that level of the season now, guys, where a loss of the top 12 teams boots them out? Like James Madison has got that 12 seed right now. If they lose, they're obviously out, and they'll put the next best group of 5, in. Oklahoma's the 4 seed or something like that this week. Are they in danger? Like if you're a top 4, top 6 seed of losing, you get knocked out, or you just get bumped down? I guess it depends on who you lose to, right?
Oklahoma is the 8th seed.
The 8th seed, right now. So if you lose, you're probably out if you're Oklahoma at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, you're college football playoff top 12, Ohio State, Indiana, A&M, Georgia, Texas Tech, Ole Miss, Oregon, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, Alabama, BYU, Utah, which the other big game this weekend in college football is USC at Oregon. Mm-hmm. Big old game in Eugene,
big
baby.
Pac-12 battle out there,
USC,
man.
if they win, you got to think they're going to get some nominations. Now, they need some help in front of them, because in front of them is Vanderbilt, Miami, and Utah, which Utah the 12th team in the college football playoff. But, if USC beats Oregon at Oregon, the 7th seed, it's going to be very, very interesting. Something that's also interesting, you say stat corrections. I was wrong. I thought that Xavier Worthy would be just fine the way he is in the NFL. Popped up on the injury report, hurting his ankle going through walkthroughs. Is there really a legit concern about his size and his sustainability?
Well, I think it has to be a concern at this point in time. It's the 3rd time this year he's been on the injury report. A lot of these are these pop-ups. Yeah, the first one.
He got hit by a Mack truck at 100 miles an hour. So I give him a pass on that. Anybody's probably getting hurt on that play.
But it's the pop-ups on Saturday that make you question, like, does he have the durability to get out there and do it? I don't know what the answer is to that question. It sure seems like it's a no at this point, right? The evidence is what the evidence is. And so when guys pop up on the injury report late in the week and it's something they did in walkthrough or on the plane, whatever the case may be, you're like, all right, is this guy always going to be this way? Is it just going to be something we're going to have to deal with? Because if that's the case, I don't really have much use for you.
And I said it a couple of weeks ago. I just haven't been impressed with what I've seen on the field when he has been healthy. Forget the injury report stuff. Like, he has not looked as fast as Tyreek Hill once. Not even close, honestly, in my mind. Yeah. Again, Maxwell Hairston, rookie corner, and I know he's a fast guy. Ran the 40 sub 4.4, keeping up stride for stride with Xavier Worthy, no issue. My worry is not only just the injuries. It's that plus are you just like a 165-pound, like, semi-fast guy? Are you just a gadget receiver who's going to get hurt 4 games out of the season every year?
Yeah.
If you're not the fastest player in the league, then you're just an undersized wide receiver who's a gadget player that we got in the first round. And that's my worry.
And if you are the fastest player in the league, let's start to see it. However, comment goes back to our conversation from earlier. How much are these defensive backs cheating, knowing that they're going to be able to get a jump on Xavier Worthy because Andy Reid refuses to go under center and run the football? And so I am holding out right now on if Xavier Worthy is good or not, because I don't know that Andy Reid is giving him the best opportunity to be good at this point in time. I don't think Andy Reid at this point in time is giving the offense the best opportunity to be good at this point in time.
100%.
Yeah, somebody in the section says Xavier Worthy may be a top-end guy, but he doesn't have the acceleration of Tyreek Hill whatsoever. I think it also goes back to, like, maybe that a lot of people underappreciate what Tyreek Hill was. Like, he is and was a top receiver in football while he played.
Absolutely.
Like,
and he was the best deep ball receiver ever.
And what do we always hear about? His ball tracking was amazing. Like, he told us the story on the air, I believe, in one of the shows, that when he was a kid, his brothers would or somebody would throw a Frisbee as far as they could, and he would run, and that's how he learned how to track the football. Like, I mean, it makes sense, right? Like, I don't know if you ever played Ultimate Frisbee or, been in distance throwing with a Frisbee. You play Frisbee golf. You know, like, if you're going to go run after it, it looks like it's good, and then it's
Do they call that froth?
Yeah, well, yes,
Froth.
exactly. Froth.
I like that froth on my cold beer on a Thursday night. But again, I want to just go back and say that maybe I was, because somebody said, well, he played all year last year and didn't get hurt. I'm not living in last year.
No, I don't care
I'm
about
living in this
last
year,
year,
and there's been 3 to 4 different injuries this year that seem to pop up. And when you hurt your ankle in walkthroughs, and one of your best assets is your legs and your speed, like, you're always just kind of, and I know, and we'll see. I don't know what it is that's gonna be the end result of what Xavier Worthy's career is, but like, production to the injury, there's been more injury than there has been production this year, and that's why I'm concerned. So
yeah, I think everybody should be concerned about him. Everybody should be concerned about everybody right now on this team. There's nobody other than number 87 at this point in time where I don't have concerns about somebody out there on the field. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think the concern level obviously varies from player to player.
Yeah.
Like, more concerned for one than I am for number 4. But yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean, 87 is the only one who's bringing it just about every single Sunday right now. And that's why you got to get him the ball on Sunday. I mean, my God.
Force feed him.
Force feed 87 for sake.
Yeah, you get the big boss right behind you. You better be careful if you cuss, because she is there in the flesh.
Get bent.
Coming up on the other side, the guy in the flesh will be Alex Goldis. He'll give us his golden locks here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this. I really want to.
This is voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for K-State Athletics, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my favorite holiday is a week away, and that is Thanksgiving. I love all the food, the time with family, and you know what else I love? A good glass of wine or a good cocktail at Thanksgiving as well. And that's where Hy-Vee comes into play, because at the Hy-Vee Wine and Spirits Department, they have a huge selection in stock and competitively priced, like value bottles of wine starting at just $3.99 to the top shelf liquors. And I've been to the Hy-Vee liquor store numerous times. I like going to the one at 75th and State Line. Fantastic selection in there. They have everything you could possibly be looking for. They're knowledgeable, they're friendly, and they're here to help. Or you can easily place your order through Aisles Online for added convenience. Plus, you're going to get 10% off when you mix and match 6 or more bottles. So what could be better? Low price, selection, service, and convenience. There's more to love at Hy-Vee Wine and Spirits.
Hey, Zach, are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbor's attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching. Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet.
And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
Men, you need to look great for holiday events. Let Peter's Clothiers give you the perfect fit you're looking for. From sportswear to suits and sports coats and sizes to fit every man. PetersClothiers.com or stop in today at 124th and State Line.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Another app for inventory, one for CRM. Oh, don't forget accounting. Wait, which login was that?
Or you could use Odoo, one fully integrated system that does it all without the hassle. Ditch the app overload. Get everything your business needs on one platform. Try Odoo free today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
What's good, y'all? It's Von Miller, Super Bowl MVP, Sack Master, and now your host of Free Range. This is where NFL meets real talk. Every week, I'm bringing you inside the game, from locker room stories to league-wide headlines. You want football IQ, locker room insight, and real conversations with the people shaping the league? Welcome to Free Range with Von Miller, where nothing is off limits and every down counts. New episodes every Wednesday. Listen and follow Free Range with me, Von Miller, wherever you get your podcast.
Motley Crue, the return of the Carnival of Sins. September 8th, Morton Amphitheater. The Crew celebrates the 20th anniversary of Carnival of Sins. Motley Crue, with performances by Tesla and Extreme. Tickets on sale Friday at 10 a.m. at LiveNation.com. Motley Crue, Morton Amphitheater, Kansas City's next great live music destination.
You don't need to be a financial MVP right out of the gate. At Main Street Credit Union, we're here to coach you through it. No matter where you're at, lining up for your first play or deep in the game, we'll help you move the ball forward. From building credit to launching a business. Because here, it's not just about money, it's about progress and having a team that's got your back. Learn more at mainstreetcu.org.
Expect fog with a slight chance of rain today, with a high of 61.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have an easy holiday at Staples. Save on top tech and gaming gifts, shipping supplies and services to get your packages there safely, even custom cards and wrapping paper. Staples. That was easy.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Welcome back to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan. It's time for Golden Locks with Alex Gold.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this thing. It's simply too good.
That's right.
Another
Golden
correction,
Locks.
Dusty.
Uh-oh.
Jay Binkley does get frozen pizzas now, he's admitting.
I don't need to. Yes.
It's just a different brand than the Jack's Pizza brand.
Somebody says from the 816, ask Gold over-under on if Binkley eats Jack's frozen pizzas. I think he's even talked about Jack's when he filled in with Gold for that soft Cody tap, LOL.
Yeah. Did he eat Jack's pizza then?
I don't know if we talk about pizza. I'd rather talk about pizza than try to talk about Google Docs or computers or anything.
Did he call it a help desk? Did he call the Jack's Pizza help desk? Like, how do I eat this thing? You know, like, how would he call it? If he was calling the Jack's Pizza help desk, Dusty, what would he say?
It said your sale was 3 for $9. I got charged $12 after tax. It doesn't add up. You talk to somebody in your marketing department, it's fake news.
What does Jay say when he looks at the pizza and it's not cut?
Hey, the hell, my ex-wife stole my pizza cutter, so I'm pissed about it. Now I got to eat it with a fork. You ever had a pizza with a fork, Bob?
Yes. You think Jay folds the pizza like a taco and just goes that way with it?
I hate that you say that because the little Totino's pizzas back in the day.
Little, you said. I'm talking a big pizza.
Yeah.
Like a normal size frozen pizza.
Somebody says, now, Alex Gold may have never had cardboard pizza. I guess the middle school lunch pizza that was like the square.
It was at school. We've all had it. It was at school.
Yeah.
It was like Tony's Pizza, I think is what it was called. Wasn't it Tony's or
we
something?
didn't have a brand name. I just remember picking the cheese off of that pizza and looking at the sauce. It looked like a bunch of zits. Like, that's all I could think of. I was like, this looks like a bunch of zits on this pizza, like little white dots that just needed to be
I know what you're talking about, but
yeah.
That's what we call Mikey Jacks. We call him Pizza Face. All right.
You know Binkley called some kid Pizza Face.
Oh, dude.
He told the story he was subbing within the last like 25 years or something. He was a substitute teacher one day.
Binkley?
Yes. Did you guys know this? I found this out.
That guy wheeled in the TV?
He said he did.
Wait,
by the way.
hang on a second.
He was
that guy is rolling into classrooms?
He was a substitute teacher many, many years ago, he told me, and on air. And he said there's a story. Some kid came in with his hair soaking wet. He just got like a swirly or whatever. And Bink said Bink, the teacher at the time, started laughing and had it in self-contempt. Like he had to try to flip the switch. Can you imagine as a kid walking in and Jay Binkley's your sub and you just got bullied and Bink's there to console you?
Right, he's the guy.
Are you kidding me?
Hey, Scotty, how long you been a nerd? Oh, man.
Do Binkley a subbing, please. Do Binkley substitute.
Everybody, today's assignment your teacher gave us sucks. You don't understand the real world. We're going to watch a 1991 film of the Packers versus Cowboys. Here's the deal. The Packers would get Brett Favre in about 5 years and change their franchise trajectory. Anyways, that betting show last night, a successful one once again.
That one. That one, Bob.
The assignment your teacher gave sucks for watching Chiefs and Broncos from 91.
So tonight, I want to focus on that one first. Buffalo, Houston. I love the under, and I love a Shakir touchdown.
Okay. So I don't have a prop bet. I like the Shakir angle. Look, they're down multiple weapons offensively. As you know, Dalton Kincaid's not going to play. Keon Coleman's just been a healthy scratch the last couple of weeks as well. And so someone is going to have to step up offensively in the passing game. Shakir certainly, I think, is their best offensive weapon available outside of James Cook in the game, in the passing game, that is.
We take the Coleman narrative because we saw Abdul Carter get benched, had a good game. We saw CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens get benched, had a good game. Clearly, Coleman was fine. He was dancing on the sideline even though he was late to practice.
Are we sure? Are we 100%? I don't think he's playing tonight. I thought I saw that he's not playing again tonight.
He's not playing tonight.
Yeah. So Coleman, Kincaid, both out. So Shakir's the guy.
Yeah, it's Shakir, and they have like some guys we never. Shavers or something's another wide. I mean, it's a pretty thin wide receiver room for Buffalo. McCole Hardman is hurt after he had the nice return, then fumbled it, then got hurt as well. So I'm with you on the under, though. I think that's in play tonight. It's kind of crazy, though. You look at the Bills in this spot. Buffalo is 5-0 when they have less than 5 days of rest. And so this is a spot where under Josh Allen, with Sean McDermott, et cetera, they've done well. Whereas on the flip side, the Texans are 0-4 in the exact same spot. They're the home team, but when they get 5 days or fewer rests, they haven't won. And we all know C.J. Stroud is still in concussion protocol, so it's Davis Mills again. He's 0-2 in primetime games. Josh Allen 6-0 in Thursday primetime games. If C.J. Stroud was playing, I was prepared. I talked about this last week. I was ready to take the Texans to upset the Bills because I thought this 3-game stretch they were on, they had the bad Dolphins loss, then going into the Bucs game on Sunday, and then this short week here against the Texans. I thought there was a chance C.J. Stroud and the Texans could get him because Houston defense is legit. With Davis Mills, I don't care how ugly the game might be. I just don't believe there's any way the Texans are winning.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they could cover tonight. I do think Houston could end up covering this 5.5, 6 in some spots this evening.
Yeah, I saw you said 6-0 for Josh Allen. I saw something that said he's 8-0 now on Thursday nights. I mean, he is wildly successful. You know, on Thursday night football. And so this is a game, obviously, we need Buffalo to win this game,
Absolutely.
right? If you're a Chiefs fan, you're rooting your ass off for the Buffalo Bills to go out there and to win this football game. If Buffalo loses this football game, it just makes it harder for us to get into the postseason. So you got to be on the side of Houston tonight.
Absolutely. And you know, Houston, their defense, and the Chiefs will see them in a couple weeks too, they still allow a league low 16 points per game. That's why you're talking about the under, Dusty. Houston defense, 16.3 per game, second in yards allowed. And then Buffalo, here's what's tricky. Their defense has allowed 62 points in the last 2 games. Now, one of that was the Tua performance where they got blown out and beat up by the Dolphins. And then this past week against Baker Mayfield and the Bucs. So I think their defense will be much better tonight considering it's Davis Mills. If they can slow down Woody Marks, I think we're good there.
So I guess we have to look at like guys like Gabe Davis, Dalton Knox for being options for and then obviously I think this could be a James Cook type of game. That's why I like the under, because it's going to be Willie Marks versus James Cook, I believe a lot of in the first half. And then I like Josh Allen rushing yards because why not just keep doing it yourself? It worked against Tampa when you guys were going toe to toe, and then he just like took over.
Yeah, I know Thursday night games are weird. We've talked about that for years, and they are weird. If C.J. Stroud was playing, I would have a much different feel. I mean, it's still Davis Mills. We're still talking about Davis Mills being the quarterback here. So as much as the Houston defense maybe can give the Bills offense a little bit of problem, I don't know how often we're going to see the Texans going on long touchdown drives in this game tonight.
Buddy, we are 12 days away for your boy.
I'm not following, sorry.
12 days away till December 1st.
Oh, gotcha. Sorry.
I
was not following.
Until I get laid.
I wasn't sure with you. Who knows? Who knows what 12 days from now could be?
Never know. May not be here. But no, Missouri launched December 1st. Any information is there any sites out there that people can take advantage of? Is there any like first day bets? Is there any sort of stuff like that? I know the St. Louis Blues, I think, might have one out there as well. Like one shot on goal with like whatever, like a high bet, you get like cash bets or whatever it may be for certain places.
So if you're a brand new customer, if you're somebody that is
held out, baby.
never signed up for some of these apps, then you can take advantage of some great sign-up offers. Some of the books are going to have...
So if you're signed up in Kansas, you can't sign up in Missouri,
Correct. You
right?
already have an account. So if you have FanDuel, draft.
Yeah.
Wow, you got to do driver's license and social and stuff.
That's right.
If it was only that simple.
Nice try.
FanDuel, DraftKings, etc.
What if you cancel your accounts and reopen them?
Doesn't matter.
Still linked, baby.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So if you're truly a new customer with that company, with that sportsbook, then you can take advantage of those sign-up offers. You know, Bet5. I think one of them has Bet5 get $400. I mean, great offers on sign-up. But most people probably that are listening to this show, if they have any interest in betting, they
already are doing it.
Good chance. Now, there are going to be some day one launch offers on December 1 with a couple of the books that will be, I still think, pretty darn good, which sounds like, for example, one of the books is going to have, going into that Monday Night Football game, you know, if the quarterback in this game throws for 5 yards, you get $50. Like, they're basically giving you $50. You know, if you guys remember from the launch in Kansas, there were a couple of those that were floating around. So that'll be available to everybody on some of the books.
Okay.
Other than that, it's mainly going to be a new customer thing. And then if you're someone that wants to go to a physical retail sports book, that'll be the difference that we haven't really had. We've had on the Kansas side, Hollywood Casino, of course, and their sports book. On the Missouri side, you're going to have Harris, which is a Caesars sportsbook property. My understanding is right now they're going to have kind of a pretty small setup. It's not going to be a full-blown book per se. They'll have kiosks, they'll have the window and all that, and maybe some TVs. But if you've gone to Hollywood and you've seen their bigger setup, that won't be right now what they plan at Harris. Now, Argosy is planning actually a pretty legit setup. I'm going there next week to see a little sneak preview thing. They're supposed to have probably out of the group on the river there in KC Mo, probably the most real sportsbook of the bunch. So if you're looking for an in-person venue to feel like you're at a sportsbook and be at a sportsbook, that'll be one to keep an eye on. And that is owned by the same people that own Hollywood, so that's kind of why it'll be a little bit mirrored. And then Ameristar, that's Boyd Gaming, I believe. I'm not sure what their full-blown plans are yet.
Okay, let me ask you this. Are there going to be apps that aren't available in Kansas that will be available in Missouri that, like, if you're a member of, whatever it is, in Kansas, but Missouri has something that you're not a member of. Is that going to happen, or are we going to have the same books across the state lines?
So there's one that's different. Eventually down the road, there could be some other ones, but Circa Sports does not operate in Kansas. They only operate in Vegas, Iowa, and Kentucky, and then now Missouri. And so that'll be one that most people probably have never used, I guess, unless you went up to Iowa or something at some point in time and you sign up for an account. We don't know what their launch offers are. They're more of they're known as like in the book for the high-end bettor. They don't limit you. They're kind of a little more bare bones. So I don't think you'll expect to see, profit boost tokens and things like that. They still might do some type of bet match or deposit match or something. I'm not sure what the offer is going to be, but that would be the one book that people don't have.
So that's it. That's the only different one. We're not getting like that Bet Rivers or anything.
Not as of right this second.
What about ESPN Bet? Will we be getting that?
The score bet? Yes. You'll be able to do eventually the score bet on December 1 when that launches. Someone was texting and saying, you do get the bonus bets if you have an account. I don't believe that is accurate.
Okay.
That's not usually how that works.
You're already in.
I mean, I'll be honest. Like literally, the FanDuel reps were in our building last week, and they said that wasn't the case.
Yeah.
So.
Well, but also too, like it's like when you're a new customer, like you sign up for the cable TV, and as a new customer, you get all this stuff for nothing, and then your existing customers like, why don't I get that? And like you did like 5 years ago when you first joined on. So.
Yeah, so I think the big one for anybody that already has accounts to watch will be Circa, because most people don't have that, and that'll be where you might be able to find a deposit match. They revamped their entire app, and you can already download the app and get your account set up and already like preloaded, and maybe even I have not preloaded my account, so I don't know. Maybe they're already giving you the deposit match. I'm not sure.
What kind of hit is Kansas expecting to take?
It's a good question.
Thank you.
Yeah, I honestly, I don't know, Bob. Yeah, I mean, certainly there's going to be an impact, especially, in the NFL season in particular, right? Most people, if they're bettors, the NFL is what they bet. There's some people that bet year-round. They're going to bet on any sport, but most people, even if they're very casual, they bet on the NFL. It's the NFL's king, right? And so on Sundays, you guys saw all the people. Dusty, you do this on Sunday. All the people that would drive over to the state line. So I don't have a dollar amount for you. I think it'll be something to track. Like go look at obviously the last couple falls and then compare it next year and see where things are at. But remember, this was the story even on the eastern side of the state too, because people have been going to Illinois. The same thing applies there. Now they won't have to go across to Illinois. People, if you lived in the northern part of Missouri, you were going up to Iowa. So it'll have an impact on the Kansas revenue they've been taking advantage of over the last couple of years since they got ahead of Missouri on that.
If Kansas were to legalize weed, which state would lose more, Missouri and weed money or Kansas and gambling money?
That's great. I'm fascinated by that. No kidding. Seriously.
I'm being serious.
Yeah. I don't know. It is weird how, like, I guess this is the good thing with the state line. You got a little bit, whatever you want, Bob, you can get on either side of the state line,
No doubt about it. I assume with a lot of people that might sign up for the first time or place bets on future bets, they might look at the Kansas City Chiefs. I think Max said it earlier this week. They're plus 1,000 right now to win the Super Bowl. Any other good futures out there maybe to put on the Chiefs?
Well, I think one of these is just not bettable right now. So everybody's been talking make or miss the playoffs this week, right? Do you think the Chiefs can get in? And you guys have probably looked at the numbers too. And make the playoffs, they're minus 220, which is an implied probability of 68% or so, 66% for them to make it. Miss the playoffs is plus 176. To me, you can't bet minus 220. It's too much juice. Like even if you think the Chiefs are making the playoffs still, and I do, by the way, that's not bettable. Plus 176, like that's actually not a bad bet to make at this point in time. Especially like Dusty, I know you think they're not going to make it. Like that there's value there at plus 176. At minus 220, it just doesn't make any sense. I bet $100, Bob. I'm only winning 20. It's just not a smart bet to make. So I don't think that's really a market you can dabble all that much in unless you're on the miss the playoff side. The one that is intriguing still to me is the Super Bowl 10-1 odds. Because if you think they make the playoffs, that means they're probably going to have to win 6 out of their next 7, if not win out. And at that point in time, even Dusty, you would admit, I'm not saying that it's going to happen, but you would admit if they did win 6 or 7, you would obviously feel way differently about this football team.
Sure.
I mean, you would have to. And so then if I told you had a 10-1 ticket, suddenly, even though they would be going on the road throughout the playoffs, I bet you would feel pretty decent about your 10-1 ticket. What's crazy about it is only one other team in the Super Bowl era has won it starting 5 or worse That was the 0-1 Patriots.
Won the Super Bowl.
Won the Super Bowl. Only 2 have even made it to the Super Bowl. 5-5 or worse have made it. 2 of them, it was the 0-1 Patriots and the 79 Rams. So,
I remember that 79
Rams. I bet you were there, Bob. You were in St. Louis at the time, yeah.
Yeah, before them.
yeah, exactly.
Was that the year the Rams actually wore the blue and white uniforms that actually looked good?
It might have been, yeah. I don't even know who they played. Who do you think the LA Rams
79,
played?
I'm going to guess Pittsburgh.
That's a good bet.
79 Rams Super Bowl. Let's see. Pittsburgh Steelers. 31-19 Steelers win.
Yeah.
There you go, Bob. Nice poll.
No, it's not. It's an easy poll. The Steelers are the team of the 70s.
You're older, Bob. You know these more than Dusty now, you know?
It's Pittsburgh. It's the Steelers of the 70s. 49ers of the 80s. Cowboys of the 90s. The odds are pretty good. Guess them,
Fair enough.
Who else was? I mean, there weren't even teams in the 70s, too. That's the other thing.
Right after, yeah.
Because sure as hell wasn't the Jets.
Well, yeah.
And the Dolphins and the Bills and the Chiefs. And so you eliminate all of them. I mean, you don't really have many more to go with.
True. Now, what about Sunday? How are you guys feeling about Sunday? The Chiefs are 3.5-point favorites. We know they were 4.5-point favorites that closed last week against Denver. The total's 49.5. The craziest stat that I saw attached to this game, for those that are saying, like, all right, why are they favorites? Like, the Chiefs just lost. The Colts are potentially a number 1 seed and all this. The craziest stat is there's only been 14 teams since 1990 that are 5-5 or worse in favored against a team that's won 80% of their games or more, and the Colts have. The previous 14 times that have happened, so this will be the 15th on Sunday, those 14 times, the team that was in the Chiefs spot, 14-0 and 12-0-2 against the spread.
Holy shit.
So if you are still a favorite at this point, despite your record, against a very high-quality team, those teams have won every single time.
Wow. So you like the Chiefs in this one?
Right. That's not the only reason why, but yeah, I was like, that's a pretty crazy, crazy stat.
You asked how I'm feeling about the Chiefs. It all comes down to how Andy Reid calls the game. That's where I am. So can you bet on how many rushing attempts under center, or how many plays under center we're going to have, or how many rushing, like all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, like Dusty said, you can bet on rush attempts for certain players.
Would you take the under this week, or is this one where you're just going to hammer the over on that because of all the static that Andy Reid has gotten this week?
I mean, like, I would like to think there's a little bit of sense of humor that the first drive of the game, they run the ball quite a bit more than normal. But I don't know. I think he is what he is, right? Like, he's
that's not a good thing.
When you have, I agree. Obviously, he's won an immense amount of games and all this, and had kind of, all kinds of success. But there's ego involved. I mean, if you win it, if you have as much success as these guys do, you're saying, why do I think I have to change? And I really believe that's something probably pretty easy to fall into, a trap to fall into. And
look, I'm old and I change all the time, right? Like, I've done this a long time.
Well, that's what's weird, Bob. He over his career, he has adapted.
I know, but not in game.
No,
whatever,
like, over his career, he wouldn't be where he is without. I mean, he is absolutely adapted with different quarterbacks and systems. They've brought in guys to help with the pistol.
He's been great adapting and
adjusting. One of the best.
Right?
Been one of the best. But I still think he wants to win a certain way. Like, yeah, he wants to win deep down, but I still think it's a certain way. And that is evident by this past week against Denver, where we all know late in the game it was a defensive battle, and they wanted to still win by passing the football, when we all know that you run it 2 extra times, perhaps we're having a completely different conversation about the playoff positioning for the Kansas City Chiefs. So to answer your question about do they go under center more, I don't know, they're bottom 5 in the NFL in going under center this year. And so more, 1 or 2 more times more, maybe, but that's all I'm asking for, honestly. I don't need them to suddenly shift their entire game plan and scheme. It just needs to be a couple more times under center, keep the defense offense. I do think that this is a game in which Kansas City wins on Sunday. I really do, and I think this is the key. If they lose on Sunday, I'll be joining Dusty on Monday, and I will say the season is over.
I think we all will be.
I mean,
there.
you have to. They're not going to go from losing 3 in a row to winning 6 in a row. If they beat the Colts, all of a sudden you still got a game to wiggle with down the stretch, and Cowboys team. We know they got the Texans and the Titans on the schedule. I actually think it sets up pretty favorably at that point.
Sure, it does, yeah. But you got to go out there and take care of business. And to me, whether you win or lose, it's all going to be down to the play calling in this one, man. It's the execution. We can say all that we want, but you have to give your team a chance. And by blatantly not running the football, you're not giving your team a chance, especially now that we have so many people around the league who keep using the term predictable on this organization. So that's why I ask, are there run totals that we can bet? And is this the one where you maybe would lean towards the over? Because you did kind of steal it from me, a little bit. My thought was like, just to joke with everybody at the beginning of the game. Basically, all right, you want us to run, fine.
Exactly. So rushing props, because Isaiah Pacheco Pacheco is, still on the injury report. And all, there's not a ton of props yet for him or for the Chiefs running. The only player you can bet, at least at FanDuel, for rushing is Jonathan Taylor. For the running back wise, Jonathan Taylor, and then Mahomes and Daniel Jones. You cannot right now find a prop on Pacheco or Kareem Hunt. That'll change, and maybe one of the other books has it. But once we know for sure Pacheco, if he gets another full practice today, then I think you'll start seeing prop bets pop up, and Isaiah Pacheco will have the highest over-under probably of the Chiefs. Now, Jonathan Taylor, 90.5 is his number. James Cook, of course, the last big-time running back the Chiefs faced, gave up 112, 114 yards against him.
77.
But prior to that, they were obviously handling Saquon and Derrick Henry and Etienne and Gibbs, et cetera. So, that, of course, that's the story of the game. I don't know how you guys view just the game as a whole. I think it's one of those where if my season in this run is going to come to an end, if Daniel Jones wants to go out there and throw for 330 and 3 touchdowns, and I'll go out. By the way, I'll go out that way. Like, so be it. If you tell me on Monday, I'm talking about the Chiefs season being over, and Daniel Jones got him for 330 and 330 yards and 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, and Jonathan Taylor only had 50 yards, then so be it.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor's not going for a $150 on me, and Daniel Jones gets to sit back there and be game manager and throw for a $185 and a touchdown. Not happening. Like, he's going to have to beat me. That's how I would approach it.
And
by the way, they can still beat the Chiefs that way. I'm just saying I'm not getting eliminated from the postseason in my mind because I let Jonathan Taylor make it happen. Daniel Jones is going to have to make plays against me.
Let me ask you the $1 million question. Who do the Chiefs want to win tonight?
Oh, the Buffalo or the Buffalo Bills, absolutely.
Because the text line's mad at me because I said we're all rooting for Buffalo, and they're like, screw that. You want the Houston Texans one? I'm like, no, you don't.
No. Look, Buffalo's going to make the playoffs. Right. The Patriots, to me, I think are going to win the NFC or the AFC East. The Bills are going to be a 5 or 6 seed as a wild card. The Texans, you still have a head-to-head later in the year with them, but no, you want to get them out of the picture. And I think I saw
they're ahead of you right now.
They're ahead of you right now, and I think I saw the probability index stuff. You guys were maybe talk about too. If they lose, the Texans drop all the way to like a 28% chance to make the playoffs.
Yeah, you immediately pass them in the standings and do nothing tonight.
Yeah, you clearly root for the Bills. I just want to make sure that
the same way last week we should have been hoping the Chargers beat the Jags, guys.
Yeah, right, absolutely.
And now we see why that's a problem that the Jags won last week.
Right, because the Chargers stink, though. I mean, that was free money. The Chargers traveling east, they lost to the Giants, they lost to the Jags. They're not a very good football team. They need to find losses along the way, too.
Dayton Hughes and what else today?
Yeah, we'll talk some of the comments from Travis Kelce on New Heights, about this team's roster. I think it probably frustrates you even more when you hear him say what he said about how they essentially still think this team's better than a year ago. But we all know what the record is. So we'll start the show discussing that and then looking at the AFC, NFC side. Who's in the dance right now that we think will not be there at the end?
No doubt about it.
Thanks,
guys.
guys.
For the time. Appreciate it. It's Alex Gold coming up next with Cody, James, and himself from 10 to 2. We'll wrap this show up on the other side here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear Mitch Holtis every Friday at 7:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Try a first TD score wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. Kansas only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
This is Blake Fanning with Shawnee Mission Ford. The year-end sales event starts now. That's 0% on all new 25 Escapes, Explorers, F-150s, Transits, and Super Duties, regular and super cabs. But it doesn't stop there. You also get 90 days till first payment and 90 days of Blue Cruise. Shawnee Mission Ford still gives you the large discounts and top trade allowances. You'll save thousands. Take advantage of 0% for 60 months, 90 days till first payment, and 90 days of Blue Cruise. Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more.
Hey, listen to this. All it needed was a new starter.
Got a great deal on eBay. Did it myself.
Yeah, that's cool. But how about the soft purr of an upgraded exhaust when it fits just right?
For me, it's the little things, like these new windshield wipers from eBay I installed.
From small fixes to big upgrades, eBay has all the parts you need at prices you'll love. Guaranteed to fit every time. eBay. Things people love. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Oh, hey, welcome to gift wrapping. Whoa, Zoe Saldana.
Hey, can you wrap these, please?
Wow, iPhone 17s. You splurged.
At T-Mobile, you can get 4 iPhone 17s on them. The new center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies. It's the perfect gift for everyone.
I'm the worst. I only got my mom a robe.
Well, it's better than socks.
So I have to trade in my old phone, right?
No, at T-Mobile, there's no trade-ins needed when you switch. Keep your old phone or give it as a gift.
Incredible.
In fact, wrap up my old phone too. For my Aunt Rosa. Forget that. Aunt Liz will be jealous.
Sounds like my family. Drama.
Oh, I got it. I'll give it to my abuela. I'll take reindeer paper with, hey, where are you going?
To T-Mobile! The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Get 4 iPhone 17s on us. No trade-in needed when you switch. Plus 4 lines for just $25 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 4 eligible port-ins on essentials for well-qualified customers. Auto pay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits ended. Balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement. 256 gigabytes. $830 required. Visit T-Mobile.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance supervisor at a manufacturing facility, he knows keeping the line up and running is a top priority. That's why he chooses Grainger. Because when a drive belt gets damaged, Grainger makes it easy to find the exact specs for the replacement product he needs. And next-day delivery helps ensure he'll have everything in place and running like clockwork. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Now that I'm a dad, I can't stop thinking about what would happen to my kids if something happened to me, like losing the house or not affording college.
Yeah, that used to keep me up at night too. It's why I finally got life insurance from Ethos. It's 100% online. No medical exams, just a few health questions. I got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day.
I never realized it was that simple. Get your free quote at ethos.com/game. That's ethos.com/game.
Rates may vary. Bill monthly. Sample rate 10-year term life policy for a 35-year-old healthy non-smoking male.
Hey, Zach, are you smiling at my gorgeous canyon view?
No, Donald. I'm smiling because I've got something I want to tell the whole world.
Well, do it. Shout it out.
T-Mobile's got home internet.
Whoa, I love that echo. T-Mobile's got home internet.
How much is it?
Look at that, Zach. We got the neighbors' attention.
Just $35 a month. And you love a great deal, Denise.
Plus, they've got a 5-year price guarantee. That's 5 whole trips around the sun.
I'm switching.
Me too.
Yes, T-Mobile home internet for the neighborhood.
Donald, you still haven't returned my weed whacker.
Carl, don't you embarrass me like this, please.
What's everyone yelling about?
T-Mobile's got home internet.
And Donald's got my weed whacker.
Yes, T-Mobile's got home internet. Just $35 a month with auto pay and any voice line. And it's guaranteed for 5 years.
Beautiful yodeling, Carl.
Taxes and fees apply. See T-Mobile.com/ISP for details and exclusions.
He's electric on the field. Now, save your worthies giving back off the field. Join him December 15th at the Intercontinental KC for Uncork for a Cause. Wine, food, and football fun, benefiting the Worthy Ones Foundation. Get your tickets now at uncorkkc.com.
I'm still laughing at Binkley as the substitute teacher. I had no idea that he was a sub at one point.
Yeah, dude.
How many classes do you think he lasted before he's like, I'm out of this?
Is he the cool sub?
I don't know.
For sure, dude.
You think he was the cool sub?
Yeah, because Alex told us they rolled in the TV when he was a sub. Whenever a teacher did that, that was the guy.
Now, anytime the teacher rolled in the TV, we knew they were hungover. Looking back now, you know that they were hungover. Like as a child in third grade, you didn't know what the hangover was or anything like that. But now, looking back, you're like, oh, Mrs. So-and-so got plowed last night. Well, that's why she's, showing us this movie. We had a teacher, Mr. Grogan, for history, and it was my, I think, junior or senior year. Every single class was an old, WW2 movie or Vietnam movie, and then he would give us tests on these. Oh, it was brutal.
How old?
High school.
Okay.
I was thinking you were like elementary school. You're watching World
We
War
always had
II.
the.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
We had, his name was Mr. Howe, not James Howe, but he'll be in for Drew for one more day. But his name was Mr. Howe. And every Friday he would put on Bill Nye the Science Guy. We'd watch 2 episodes. He would fall asleep in his chair.
Yeah.
And
Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude. And we would have a piece of paper. It had like 10 blank lines on it. And it would just be like, the blank is the reason why chlorophyll is this. And I would, borophyll. I'm kidding. Shout out to Billy Madison. But no, that's like what we did on Fridays. So like that class rocked, dude. I loved it. I mean, my favorite class of all time was Spanish 1 and Spanish 2 with Miss Buchanan.
Was she hot?
Very.
Yeah.
Smoke show.
Did you guys have the teacher that you thought was drinking under the desk? We always had this guy. Ralph Panay was his name. And we were, no, that's the wrong guy. Ralph Panay was the bio teacher. There was another teacher. Now, I can't remember what that guy's name was. But we used to always say this guy was drinking at his desk. He's got this thermos. We're like, oh, yeah, this guy's clearly going underneath and taking a pull off the bottle of vodka.
We always
with all
thought they
of
were
us.
hitting darts in the teacher's
Well,
lounge.
that was without. Yeah,
But
I mean,
that was
yeah.
gone by the time I was in
Were
school.
you allowed, like when you were in school? I know, Mac, this is 100% no. Did the teacher's room, was that the smoking area for the teachers when
No,
you
they
were
didn't
that
smoke
young?
in school when I was there.
See, they did. That teacher's room, you would open it up, it would be as foggy as it is out here right now.
Did
You
have-
look around.
Was there like a student's area? Was that a thing ever?
There was at the, yes, we called it, at my high school, it's called the bucket. It was like in the middle of, like the high school was like 3 sides, and then the middle part was. Now, when I was going to high school there, they did not allow the students to smoke because it was in the 90s. But when my mother went to that same high school, oh yeah, that's where everybody hung out. And did all that kind of stuff. Then once they got rid of smoking in the teacher's room, then the teachers that were burning lung darts went and hung out with the janitor in the boiler room.
I always wanted to go to the boiler room, but I never did.
You never wanted to go in there because you never know what you were going to see. Could have been Mr. Dick or Miss Lucibello who were hanging out at the time.
Yeah.
Oh, luscious Linda Lucibello.
Man, yep, my first love.
You knew her?
Yep, Senorita Buchanan. First love. Happily married now, so shout out to the Buchanans, which it's not their last name. I don't know what it is, but happy that they're doing well. Missed a golden opportunity. Just kidding.
No, you didn't.
You might think twice. So this is interesting. Flight tracker alerts. This comes from Message Board Geniuses. Flight tracker alert. Flights from Auburn to Gainesville landed in Columbia, Missouri today. You know what that means?
Drinks leaving, right?
I don't know, man.
I love this time of year with the flight trackers.
Because Power Mizzou's the one that kind of started the train here, it looks like. And
was that the one from Power Mizzou? Because
Yeah.
that's what happens during this time of the year. I mean, ask Alex over the years. We're tracking these flights in and out of Lawrence, Kansas, and places like that. But that's the best thing to do at this time of the year for college coaching searches is do the flight tracker and look at the airport or where planes are coming from or whatever. Now, some are incognito, like you can't find Taylor's plane, right? But a lot of these you can. A lot of these are state-owned, and so they kind of have to be where they're going and knowing what they're doing. And so I think if you're a Missouri fan and you see a plane from Auburn, Alabama, and one from Gainesville that have landed, why are they going to Columbia, Missouri, right? You have to ask yourself those questions. Elijah Drinkwitz is a hot commodity, apparently, to be a coach at somewhere other than Mizzou. He was the number 1 seed, I guess you could say, for Penn State. A lot obviously depends on what Lane Kiffin is going to do and where he's going to end up going and how jobs go from there. And then, you kind of see what happens with Eli Drinkwitz out there at Missouri. But, I mean, as a Missouri fan, you got to think that's awesome. Our coach is coveted, right? When was the last time your coach was coveted? When was the last time a Kansas coach was coveted? Yeah. Never, right? Like, this is cool if you're the University of Missouri. Now you got to ante up and try to keep them there at Mizzou. You guys think Penn State's a better job? I do as well. But let's say Kiffin.
You and I do. Yeah.
Let's say Kiffin goes to Florida and Ole Miss opens. That's not a better job than Mizzou, I don't think.
Same level.
Same type of job.
Yeah, same
I
tier.
don't think you leave unless they give you a boatload of cash. But
No, now that Mizzou's in the SEC, they're same tier. They've got the facilities that Ole Miss does. Yeah, I think that's fine. They don't maybe have the history, but Mizzou's got what's happening now. They've got what Eli Drinkwitz is doing now. They're hot.
Yeah. If I'm Drinkwitz, I'm going to Penn State or Florida. I'm not going to Ole Miss. LSU maybe.
why not stay at Mizzou?
Yeah, if the money's
No, it's fine if you
the
do.
money's
Yeah.
right.
They're
Yeah,
rebuilding that stadium. You can kind of
Yep.
build your new era. You can finally make people stop saying the name Pinkel every 5 weeks after, you have 3 weeks good and then there's a bad loss. Like, Pinkel wouldn't have lost that. You can put that behind you. And
Maybe
really,
that's why you leave.
Or, I mean, again, I don't know, man. I'm just saying, like, I I don't know what I do if I'm Eli Drinkwitz. I mean, you've built and sustained your time right now in Mizzou, and I thought his comments a couple weeks ago where he was like, the season isn't over if you're not making the college football playoff. But that's the time we live in, though. So, I mean, it kind of is, because all those teams that have those, star-studded athletes on their roster, if they don't make the college football playoff, they're like, well, I'm out.
We're out. Yeah, there's no we'll get you again next year. It's just a cycle of turning guys over constantly. And, maybe Florida or Penn State has a much bigger NIL budget. Maybe that, all of that stuff that you need now in college sports is changed so much. It really begins and ends with what's my NIL budget going to be. And if it's not big enough, I ain't going, because it's the only way you can compete in college sports now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just not a lot of good coaching candidates in the college landscape or NFL right now.
No, there really isn't. It's very bad when it comes to
reason,
coaches. Yeah.
I mean, we brought it up obviously weeks ago, but for that reason alone, Lane Kiffin should take a longer look and say, okay, maybe it is the Giants. Maybe it is the NFL.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. But you're right. There's not that many good coaches around, not many great coaches around. And I don't know if it's necessarily about building facilities anymore. It used to be all about the facilities. I don't think the kids necessarily care about the facilities as long as they're getting, paid, right? Now, if you're not getting paid like it was back in the day, having a cool locker room with some strobe lights and Xbox in there is cool. But now, guys, they look, it's reality. I just want to be paid. Just like me, I just want to be paid. Pay me what I'm worth. And that's what those guys want. They're not going to go because you have Xbox in the locker room anymore. So you've got to have that NIL money. And if the NIL money at Florida is twice as it is, what is it, Mizzou or someplace else that it is at Mizzou, then he has to seriously consider those things.
Tomorrow's Red Friday. Woo. The Script, Mitch, Mac, Bob, and Dusty one more time until after Thanksgiving. Tomorrow on the show, coming up next, it is Cody, it is Gold, and Mr. James Howe on Cody and Gold from 10 to 2. We'll talk to you tomorrow, but remember,